Kerner Chiropractic, providing personalized chiropractic care so you can live your life. Find us in the Northridge Plaza in Hayes. Westview Church of Hayes, helping you enjoy life. Services for all ages Sunday mornings at 10:30 and Wednesday evenings at 7. See them online at westviewchurch.tv. Carpet One of Hayes and Vidstem Decorating Center, providing you with quality, service, selection, and value since 1945. Nobody does it better than Carpet One. Thomas More Prep Marion. Through the dedication of students, parents, teachers, and alumni members, the focus is on Christian values and community awareness. TMP, Worlds of Opportunity, investing for eternity. Discovery Drilling. With 4 late model rigs, they have served central and western Kansas for over 20 years. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, designing and building residential and commercial, building dreams for over 30 years. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, see our ad in the Next Tech directory. Service Master Clean of Hayes, from the major accidents to the minor incidents. Service Master Clean of Hayes. Corey, Pam, and the entire staff supports the efforts of Hayes High and TMP. Call today at 628-6712. Home Oil and Supply, 24-hour card fueling, bulk delivery of gas and fuel. Proud to support TMP and Hayes High, serving the Hayes area since 1963. Home Oil and Supply. Lifetime Dental Care. Lifetime Dental Care provides your family with health, function, and beauty. Check out all of their services at lifetimedentalcare.com. Lifetime Dental Care of Hayes, always accepting new patients. Insurance Planning. Insurance for the way you work and live. For business, home, and family. Value the price, remember the service. Insurance Planning, IPI Financial Services, and Ag Pro Crop Insurance. Offices in Hayes, Great Bend, and Russell. Swift Services. Ted and Shelley Fuchs are proud to support area youth. Swift Services, with locations in Hayes and Ness City. Hayes Chevrolet. They have a huge selection of brand new Chevy cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, and a great selection of pre-owned vehicles. See them online at hayeschevrolet.com. M&D Incorporated. They do trenching for sewer, water, electric, and gas. They also dig basements and make building pads. M&D Excavating, building the backbone of our community. Midwestern Pipe Works. Over 30 years of service to the oil and gas industry. Steel pipe manufacturing and processing, oil country tubular goods. Schmidt Automotive. Keith is proud to take care of your vehicles and proud to support the Monarchs and the Indians. Redeem Designs. Screen print embroidery design, where you'll find better ideas, better designs, better people. Come experience the best at 2204 Vine in Hayes. Bernie's Hamburger House. Feed yourself or the whole team with great burgers, milkshakes, and the award-winning onion rings. Mary Ann, Bonnie, and the staff at Bernie's Hamburger House at 17th and Vine in Hayes, now accepting credit and debit cards. Next Tech Wireless, providing its customers cutting-edge technology, including 4G LTE data and mobile services. Goodwin Sporting Goods, your letter jacket provider for all area schools. Hayes High, TMP, Victoria, Ellis, Trigo. You want it, they've got it. Your one-stop for sporting goods. Bacon Ryan Appraising Services, the lead provider of real estate valuations for the mortgage lending marketplace. With many years of experience, they have a proven track record. Contact Patty Bacon Ryan today. PerfTech Wireline Services, total case whole wireline services covering the state of Kansas, and proud to support TMP and Hayes High. Carico Implement is pleased to offer the John Deere line of equipment. From farm tractors to lawn and garden equipment, Carico carries hard-to-find parts and offers a complete line of toys and collectibles. Whiskey Creek Wood Fire Grill, 3203 Vine in Hayes, where the fire's always burning. See them online at whiskeycreek.com. Home Steel Siding and Windows, making your home or business beautiful, energy efficient, and comfortable with quality products we stand behind. See us at our new location north of Hayes or online at homesteelsiding.com. G&L Tire and Automotive, more than just tires. They do oil changes, alignments, brake service, transmission flushes, any kind of service work including tires by Firestone and Bridgestone. Advanced Insulation and Coatings. Save money, reduce sound, improve indoor air quality. Spray foam is the right choice for your home or business. Advanced Insulation and Coatings in Hayes. Joe Bob Outfitters. Joe Bob Outfitters, firearms.
Welcome to the beautiful campus of Fort Hays State University and Lewis Field Stadium as the Hays High Indians get set to take on the Liberal Redskins. It's the Indians' home opener for 2014. I'm Dustin Armbruster alongside Kurt David. We have the call tonight of the Indians at 2-0 and the Liberal Redskins this season who are 1-1. The Indians already 1-0 in the Western Athletic Conference. Liberal, this is their first whack tilt of the year. Time for your starting lineups, brought to you by Eagle Fusion. For the best TV experience with an amazing lineup of HD channels, contact Eagle Communications at 625-5910. Eagle Communications, our community connected. For the Hays High Indians, left tackles Trenton Henningsen, a senior. Left guard Ethan Dieterding, a senior. Center is the only junior on the line, Braden Delzite. The right guard is Craig Dreiling, and the right tackle, Brandon Hardwick, both seniors. At quarterback, Alex Delton, a senior. Running back is Adam Klaus, a senior. His wide receivers tonight, Maddox Winter, Keith Dryden, both juniors, and senior Hayden Kreitzer. The fullback is Connor Rule, and the tight end is Shane Behrens, a sophomore. On defense tonight for the Indians, that defensive line goes Brandon Hardwick and Shane Behrens at the defensive ends, Braden Delzite and Craig Dreiling at the tackle positions. The linebacking crew tonight, Connor Rule, Ethan Dieterding, and Isaiah Blackman is in the starting lineup due to an injury to Colton Myers. The defensive secondary has Adam Klaus and Garrett Fonensteel at the cornerback positions. Hayden Kreitzer is at the safety position, free safety. The strong safety is freshman Hunter Brown, getting the start tonight. Leads the league in interceptions, getting 2 last week against Great Bend. Offensively for the Liberal Redskins tonight, they will go like this. Their quick tackles, Carlos Ramirez, a 200-pound junior. Frank Sandoval, a 230-pound junior, is the quick guard. Center is Clayton Benson, a 220-pound senior. And then the big guys on the other side. Strong guard, Sergio Borjas, a 6'2", 325-pound senior. And rowdy guard, a 6'1", 321-pound senior, is the strong tackle. Jared Hassick is the quarterback, a 176-pound junior. They've only thrown 3 times all year. Rex Hieronymus, a 6', 225-pound senior, is the leading rusher in the Western Athletic Conference with 39 carries for 317 yards. Jared Carroll's the tailback. Chandler Moreland and Stevie Lira are the wide receivers. Dane Friedrich has the only reception, but it's for a touchdown for the Liberal Redskins. He is a junior tight end. The coin toss is completed. Kurt David, what goes on and who gets the football?
I'll tell you what, captains for tonight, Trenton Henningsen, Garrett Fonensteel, Alex Delton, and Jake Beaker. Looked to me like the Hays High Indians won the toss, elected to defer, and they're going to be kicking off to the Liberal Redskins. Liberal Redskins under the direction of their junior quarterback, Jared Hassick, is going to get the ball to start this game, and the Hays High Indian defense is going to get an opportunity to see if they can shut down the running attack led by fullback Rex Hieronymus.
This is not a strong wind tonight, 15 to 25 miles an hour out of the south, but that creates a crosswind because of the way this field sits in Hays, northwest to southeast. It creates a crosswind, 86 degrees at kickoff after hitting a high of 91 today. Kyler Likert at kickoff, 7 for 7 on extra points a week ago. He'll line up at the 40-yard line on the right hash mark. Indians right to left with the kickoff to return. Mershik Wiltshire and Kyler Thompson. It is Thompson from the 6-yard line. Far hash mark, 15, 20, comes near side and gets taken down just across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Hays High Indians tackle going to be made by Bryce Baumgarn, the junior, getting the tackle, and that Hays High defense comes out onto the field having allowed this season just 16 points, forcing 7 turnovers and allowing only 161 yards per ball game.
Talking about Bryce Baumgarn making the tackle there on great coverage on the kickoff team, but guys like Bryce Baumgarn got time last week at Great Bend, not just on kickoff and kickoff receiving, got actual some playing time in there in the 3rd and 4th quarters, and that was a nice experience for him.
I formation, wing back to the right is Lira. Hieronymus, the fullback, their leading rusher. Man in motion. Goes on a toss to Hieronymus, and he'll get a nice push from the left side of the offensive line to the 25-yard line. 2nd down and just over 5 yards. It'll be a gain of 5 for Rex Hieronymus. 39 carries, 317 yards. He leads the Western Athletic Conference in rushing. The Indians' Alex Delton second. Those two go 1 and 2 in touchdowns scored this year as well. Wide receiver going off to the far side is Thomas Cole, and then a double wingback formation set this time. Lyra near side, and then Hieronymus, the fullback. Jared Carroll is the running back to the left side. 2nd and 5 from just across the 25. Quick toss to Hieronymus. Gets hit and dropped about 2 yards shy of the first down marker. The tackle made by Isaiah Blackman, getting his first start this year on defense. Hieronymus loses his shoe. It'll be 3rd down and 2 yards from the 29-yard line. Hieronymus has gotten the call. Each of the first 2 plays, 2 carries, 8 yards. The Indians this year on defense on 3rd downs, allowing their opponents to convert on 10% of 3rd down opportunities, 2 for 20. Great Bend was 0 for 9 last week. And now Jared Hassick is going to bend down and tie the shoe of Rex Hieronymus, and they'll call an official's timeout. So they'll reset the play clock, make sure everybody is set for 3rd down and 2. Liberal has the opening possession of the ball game, and they're on the near hash, moving left to right. 3rd down and 2 from the 29-yard line. Long snap count. Hassick trying to get the Indians to jump. Handoff Hieronymus straight up the middle, and then his big right tackle, Rowdy Guard, grabs a hold of him and throws him near a 1st down. Hieronymus was stuck at the line of scrimmage, but Guard at 321 pounds throws him forward for a 2-yard gain and a 1st down.
Yeah, that's all that was, because Brandon Hardwick had stood him up along the line of scrimmage, and then as he was getting tackled, Guard got away and just grabbed him around the shoulder pads and threw him forward.
Well, some help from the extra help from that big offensive line. They go 325 and 321. Those 2 guys will be lined up on the left side this time. Their tackles and guards switch positions, much like how Hayes High's offense ran the last 5 years under Cornelson. Handoff, Lear in the backfield, stuck back at the 30-yard line. Screaming in on the play for the tackle for loss, Isaiah Blackman.
Isaiah Blackman get there. That's where we talked about. This could be a big night for the linebackers and the secondary who are blitzing in a play up near the line of scrimmage. If Brandon Hardwick, Craig Dowling, if they can hold up and Shane Behrens can hold up those big guys on now the left side of the line for the Liberal Redskins, that opens up the opportunity for those linebackers and guys like Isaiah Blackman to get in there and make a nice tackle.
Stevie Lira loses a yard on the play. 2nd down and 11 from the 35-yard line. Wide receiver left. Double wing with a fullback behind the quarterback, and one of the wingbacks jumped. He sets, jumps again. Now he's going to get a toss to the far side. That is Jared Carroll, who gets hit at the line of scrimmage, and there are 6 black jerseys there to push him backwards after a gain of 2 to the 32-yard line. I mentioned they were at the 35, should have said 30. 32-yard line, gain of 2 on the play for Carroll, who had just 50 rushing yards on 18 carries. This will set up 3rd down and 9 for Liberal.
Well, good discipline there. What looked to be like Shane Behrens from the defensive end spot, who stayed in his position. The motion there was really going to the right side of the line of scrimmage of Liberal Redskins. Would have been easy to over-pursue to that right side, but Shane Behrens stayed at home, along with one of the linebackers to make that tackle there in the open field.
2nd, 3rd down opportunity for Liberal. They converted on 3rd and 2, now 3rd and 9 from the 32-yard line. Man in motion comes near side. End around going into the hands of Carroll. He's going to have an option to get to the outside, but Garrett Fonensteel drags down the runner at the line of scrimmage. Kyler Thompson ended up with the football. No gain on the play. 4th down, and Hayes High will get the football for the first time nearly 4 minutes into the first quarter.
Well, 2 plays in a row. It wasn't Rex Hieronymus, but again, the Hayes High Indian defense staying at home, playing their positions, not over-pursuing, not over-focusing upon the fullback, making the tackle for a loss.
Rex Hieronymus is the punter, back from his own 20, punt away. Kreitzer's going to have a chance to return from his own 33-yard line. Fakes left, goes right. He gets to the 40, gets a big block, gets to the 45-yard line, then gets tugged backwards to the 43. I think forward progress takes him right to the 43-yard line. Big hits out there on the field for the Hayes High Indians, who have great field position for their first drive of the ball game.
Liberal Redskins keeping that ball on the ground. You know, that already took a 4 minutes off the play clock, almost 4.5 minutes off the play clock. There's 7:45 now left in the first quarter. This game's going quick. Liberal Redskins keeping it on the ground.
Well, Liberal would like, if they can, to go ahead and shorten the game if possible. Fewer possessions, fewer opportunities for the other team to score. Indians going with the spread formation and now whistles. They have to reset the play clock. 2 wide receivers right, 1 to the near side. It is going to be Alex Delton in the shotgun by himself. Klaus in motion, handoff on the jet sweep. No, it's going to be keeper by Delton, straight up the middle. He is gone, folks. 30, 25, angles right, 10, 5, touchdown. 1 play, 1 touchdown. Hayes High leads 6-0 after having the ball all for about 10 seconds.
Well, I read some read some reports last week from the coaching staff at Great Bend saying they knew Alex Delton was fast, but just didn't realize it until they saw him on the field. And there's another play, a nice fake to Adam Klaus, but big hole opened up, but Alex Delton took advantage of it and just began to sprint and showed that speed there on that play.
So Kyler Liker will step onto the field for an extra point. Ibarra the holder. The kick is up. The kick is good. And after Liker missed his only attempt in week number 1, has made 7 last week, made 1 tonight. Hayes High leads 7-0 on one play, 57-yard touchdown run from Alex Delton, who has 4 touchdown rushes this year.
Tell you what, that's efficient. What did we see? We started the game last week at Great Bend, 2 plays and a touchdown. Then on the second possession, I think it took all of 3 or 5 plays for a touchdown. So Hayes High Indians starting up where they left off last week, and Alex Delton another run, reminiscent of what he did the first play from scrimmage in the second half last week against Great Bend. You know, Hayes High Indian team had stalled in the second quarter at Great Bend last week. I think they went a 3-and-out and a fumble. Coach Black got them back in gear, and from the first play in scrimmage, almost a similar play like that, Alex Delton takes it up the middle. He ran 84 yards in that particular play for a touchdown.
Hayes High Indian football brought to you by Davis Automotive, Lewis Automotive Group, Jeter Law Firm, State Glass Company, Cornerstone Orthodontics, and M&D of Hayes. The 2-0 Hayes High Indians dressed in their home black uniforms, maroon numbers trimmed in white, maroon pants with a black stripe down the sides, and that flat maroon helmet with the spear on the side. Liberal is in their road white jerseys, red numbers embossed in black, shiny red helmet, black pants with a red stripe on each side. Uniform update is brought to you by Phase 2, and a big thanks to Phase 2 for providing our game day apparel for our broadcasts. Game day items in stock as well. Liker to kick off for a second time, 7-0 lead. The kick goes and is fumbled at the 10-yard line by Thompson. He'll pick it up, come near side, go backwards. He's inside his own 10, now gets to the 15, 20, and he'll get shot down at about the 17-yard line. Great pursuit by the Hayes High Indians, and Kurt David, as everybody flowed to the left to try to catch the returner. When he reversed field to the right, the guys on the right side of the field stayed on the right side of the field, so there wasn't a big return to that left side.
Exactly. To the near side of the field, the ball carrier for Liberal was going to run into 4 black shirts for the Hayes High Indians. 2 guys staying home on the far right side, so nice to see. Interesting stat here. Liberals held the ball, time of possession 4 minutes and 15 seconds, 9 seconds for Hayes, but Hayes has the lead, 7-0.
Time of possession may not be an accurate stat for how this game goes tonight. Double wing back formation. It is Hieronymus, a handoff straight up the middle. He'll get a couple of yards. Connor Rule there to hit him hard, along with a whole host of Hayes High Indians. And the Indians all season have worked on everybody rallying to the football, getting there, making the hits. Braden Delzite, one of the first ones there to make the hit. There were 10 black jerseys at the point of attack. The other guy was making sure the wide receiver didn't go deep.
Well, and I'll tell you what we saw in pregame was a lot of quick passes being practiced by Jared Hassick, 2 or 3 step drops from under center. So Hayes High Indians need to remember, don't over pursue to Rex Hieronymus. Don't get all 10 guys there and accidentally leave a receiver open.
Gain of 1 to the 18-yard line. A single wing back to the left side. I formation. Hieronymus is the fullback, the feature runner. It's going to be a handoff in around and going nowhere quickly. Indians are going to drop the runner for maybe a gain back to the line of scrimmage as Stevie Lira gets the football. He'll gain nothing on the play. His second carry for negative -1 yard total. 3rd down and 9, 6:20 and rolling in the first quarter. Hayes High with a 7-0 lead.
Isaiah Blackman coming in for an injured Kyler Meyer did a great job there, had played up on the line of scrimmage from the linebacker position, was there in the backfield to make that tackle.
3rd and 9 again. Tied into the near side is Alex Frere. And then a wide receiver left. It's going to be Hassick keeping it himself, going to the left side, and he is going to lose yardage back to the 16-yard line. Hayden Kreitzer's there to make the tackle. Also, one of the first guys popping up off the bottom of the pile is going to be Ethan Dieterding, one of the leading tacklers in the Western Athletic Conference. 3 and out, loss of a yard on Hassick's first carry of the ball game. Hayes High will get the football back, and this so far is going to script for the Hayes High Indians, as Hieronymus will come in and punt from his own 17-yard line. Kreitzer nearly had a big return the last time. This one will float over his head and bounce out of bounds, and the Indians going to get similar field position to their last punt, or to their last return, as the official marks the ball out at the 39-yard line. And Hayes High will have first down and 10, having run one play of offense and holding a 7-0 lead.
Tell you what, Hayes High Indian defense getting off to a great start here. Gets the rushing attack of the Liberal Redskins on the first possession, holding them to 6 plays, eventually punting. That time, a 3-and-out possession for the Hayes High Indian defense.
Hayes High offense comes onto the field this year through 2 games, averaging 278 yards of offense. The defensive coaches told me at practice this week, watch the offense. They've started clicking. They looked good. 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Rule in the backfield with quarterback Alex Delton. Handoff, no keeper by Rule to Delton again, left side 50, 45, cuts outside 40, 35, and he'll be ushered out of bounds by Mershik Wiltshire at the 25-yard line. Right now, I don't think that Liberal exactly knows where the football is going. Great fakes in the backfield.
Well, great fake, but Craig Dreiling from the right guard position pulled, hit a defensive end for the Liberal Redskins, and opened up a huge hole for Alex Delton to run through and skirt along the line of scrimmage to get up to the 25-yard line.
36 yards on that run, a carry of 57, a carry of 36. Now emptying the backfield, 4 wide receivers right. Maddox Winter, the lone wide receiver to the left. Delton, all alone in the backfield. He'll drop back to pass, under some pressure, look for the screen, throw deep to the end zone, coming back to get it. Hayden Kreitzer had it tipped in and out of his hands, and it'll land incomplete. Kreitzer nearly had it twice. So did Mershik Wiltshire. Probably not the most well-advised pass that Alex Delton ever threw. Had to kind of throw it off his back leg. Never was able to really step into it with the rush up the middle.
Well, you like the aggressive play against the Liberal Redskins, but Alex Delton's got to be careful on there and not get overconfident, because he did not set up. He wasn't squared up on that pass. He saw a receiver down there throwing into double coverage, a dangerous throw into the end zone.
Indians 93 yards on 2 plays. Delton to throw. First or second down and 10. Catches completed to Maddox Winter. Winner will get to the 21-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, 3rd down and 6 for the Indians. Maddox Winter's 4th catch of the season. This one for 4 yards. 3rd down and 6. Indians on the season, 11 of 21 on 3rd downs. We'll have 2 wide receivers left and right. Rule in the backfield along with Delton. 3rd down, handoff, Rule straight up the middle, 10, runs over his own his own blocker, Hayden Kreitzer, and is taken down at the 9 by Hayden Kreitzer.
Hayden Kreitzer credited with the tackle there. Connor Rule just blasted off the handoff, off tackle there for that first down carry, and Hayden Kreitzer was the only man in between Connor Rule and the end zone. Indians
to the red zone so far this year in the red zone, 6 of 7 rushing touchdowns on 6 of those possessions through an interception in Olathe Northwest for their only time not scoring points in the red zone. 4 wide receivers on 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Rule to the left of Delton. Ball on the left hash. Handoff goes to Rule. Nope. Yep, went to Rule. Boy, faking everybody out. That time the linebacker, Alan Frere, did a great job of staying on the quarterback, Alex Delton. The other linebacker came in on Connor Rule, loss of a yard on the play, 2nd and goal from the 10.
Yeah, nobody got a helmet on the defensive end, Ortega, for the Liberal Redskins, and he was in the backfield breaking that play up really right at the handoff.
Dryden wide receiver to the right on 2nd goal and 10. And then to the left is Adam Klaus and Maddox Winter. 2 blockers to the right. Behind the right tackle will lead the way for Adam Klaus. Klaus goes right side, 5 into the end zone, touchdown Hayes High Indians. He followed that road grader that is set up on the right side by Shane Behrens and also Connor Rule. Those 2 line up shoulder to shoulder, and if you are in their way, you better get low or get out of the way. Adam Klaus gets into the end zone on his first carry of the ball game, 10-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, you mentioned Shane Behrens and Connor Rule. Connor Rule threw an awesome block there, probably the best block I've seen him throw all season long.
Liker on to attempt the extra point. He is 2 for 2 in the ball game, and the Hayes High Indians lead 14-0 with 3:23 remaining in the first quarter. Hayes High goes quickly to the end zone.
Tell you what, Hayes High Indians put 14 points on the board before fans have really gotten a chance to get settled in their seats, and Not dissimilar to what we saw last week, where Hayes High Indians went out to a quick 21-0 lead, but then got overconfident against the Great Bend Panthers and had just a miserable second quarter. So Coach Black needs to make sure Alex Delton and that offensive squad keeps their heads on and continues to play hard through the remainder of this first half of this game.
6 plays, 61 yards for the Indians, who are averaging somewhere in the neighborhood of 22 yards per play right now, thanks to a couple of big runs. So Hayes High's Kyler Liker getting a leg workout in today. He will kick off for a third time in the first quarter. Remember, last week he kicked off 4 times in the first quarter against the Great Bend Panthers. Back to return the kick, Mershik Wiltshire. He'll line up on the right side now. Kyler Thompson to the left. They switch positions because the last 2 times Kyler Liker's kicks went to the right side, where now Mershik Wiltshire, the more dangerous of the 2 returners, is standing. Liker will tee it up, boot it away. This is an end-over-end kick back to Wiltshire at the 6, to the 10, to the 15, 20, straight up the middle. He'll get met at the 30-yard line and maybe just across the 30 to the 31. It'll be first down and 10, and for Liberal, their best field position of the first quarter. Still 3:17 remaining in the first.
Well, I'll tell you what, nice speed by Wiltshire, but he just tried to run straight up the middle. No lateral movement whatsoever to try to misdirect the Hayes High Indian coverage team, and they're good at staying in their positions anyway, but he ran right into 3 Hayes High Indians who had held their ground right in the middle of the field.
Ball at the 31-yard line. Offset I formation this time. Carroll the tailback. Hieronymus is the fullback. He's shaded to the right of the quarterback, Jared Hassick. First and 10 from the 31. Play action pass. Hassick looking down the field. Nobody to throw to. Will launch it out of bounds.
They had Rex Hieronymus there. Ethan Dieterding was covering him. He's about 2 yards off, though, and Hieronymus could have been open, but again, the pass just overthrown 3 or 4 yards there, and just inexperienced. Jared Hassick really didn't get many possessions underneath the Britton Abbott era of 3 years at quarterback there, and Hassick comes in here as the starting guy this year, and just not many attempts at throwing the ball.
He was injured most of his sophomore year as well. Royals fans, not good news. Top of the first, and the Tigers have a 2-0 lead with 1 out, and runners still aboard in that big series between Kansas City and Detroit. Second down and 10 after the incomplete pass by Hassick, just his 4th attempt of the season. Handoff Carroll off the left tackle. Spin move is going to get him some extra yards. Lost the football, but corrals it at the 38-yard line. Nice gain of 7 yards for Jared Carroll. 2 carries, 9 yards. Sets up third down and manageable. Third down and 3. Liberal tonight 1 for 3 on third downs.
Tell you what, the longest runs right now, but Rex Hieronymus have come behind Carlos Ramirez, the quick tackle, and Frank Sandoval, they're the 2 juniors, 230 pounds. You'd think he'd get more protection between the two 300-pounders, but really more success right now running behind what I guess we'll call the small guys on the front line.
Chandler Moore and wide receiver to the right. 1 wingback to the right side is Lyra, and then an offset I formation with a tight end to the left. Third down, Indians bringing blitz. Hassick to throw under some pressure, getting chased and dragged down in the backfield. Ethan Dieterding is there for the sack of Hassick all the way back at the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 7 on the sack, and forced to punt the football away for a 3rd consecutive possession are the Liberal Redskins, again on a 3-and-out.
Tell you what Coach Klein was trying to do there was to take one of those that big guard, Sergio Borjas, again 6'2", 325 pounds, and pull him. Borjas just couldn't get there quick enough to take out an Indian linebacker.
Dieterding's 2nd career sack, 4th career sack, 1st of the season. The punt, not a good one. It goes out of bounds at the Indians. 45, 47, the official still walking right on the midfield stripe at the 50-yard line. It is a 19-yard punt for Rex Hieronymus. Hayes High leading 14-0 with 1:52 to go first quarter. Indian football brought to you by Discovery Drilling, Burwell Construction and Roofing, Progressive Physical Therapy, Dr. Stephen Larson, and Blackhawk Tank Service. Jordan Betts, wide receiver to the left this time for the Hayes High Indians. 3 to the right, Dryden, Kreitzer, make that, 3 to the right. Also over there is Isaiah Blackman. Now he comes into the backfield. Handoff, Blackman, he'll cut to the left. Big hole, 45-yard line in Liberal territory, and takes a defender for the ride just inside of the 40. It's not quite enough for a first down. Call it a gain of 9, but it's really like 9.75 yards. if they would come out and measure, they may be able to give them the first down. 2nd and 1 as it stands.
I tell you what, Alex Delton had a pulling tackle. Brandon Hardwick, the 6'3", 236-pound senior, pulling. Alex Delton was able to run behind him. I'd like the opportunity to run behind Brandon Hardwick.
Kreitzer in motion. Play action pass. Delton steps up in the pocket. Going to throw deep. Shane Behrens is nowhere close to the football. Delton threw it deep. Behrens can run, but not that fast, and it's incomplete. The ball landed at about the 2-yard line. Behrens was still trying to catch up to it at about the 7-yard line. Otherwise, it's a touchdown as Behrens got behind the defense.
Yeah, Behrens had space there, 3 or 4 yards behind the Liberal safety.
So 3rd down and 1, and by 1 I mean 3rd down and about 3 inches. Delzite, the center, has a shotgun formation. Delton behind him, and then Isaiah Blackman is the running back. It's a handoff to Blackman, and he'll lunge forward and land right on the 40-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down. Indians 2 for 2 on 3rd downs. Blackman, good tough runner, put on some size in the offseason. A junior now, 155 pounds, gets the first down conversion for the Indians.
Liberal pulls that defense again. They had a 4-man front, but a big gap over center. They were looking for the middle linebackers to cover the center area there, but they were 4 yards off the line of scrimmage. Coach Black gives Alex Delton the right to audible on that next try. Go from under center and run a quarterback sneak. He'll pick up 10 yards on a sneak.
1st and 10 from the 40. Indians in Liberal territory. Delton to throw, complete to Kreitzer, the 35, and then runs through Mershik Wiltshire inside of the 35 to the 33-yard line. Gain of 7 on Kreitzer's 6th catch of the season.
Yeah, good protection for Alex Delton there, and he completes a couple more passes like that. That'll really open up the running game for this Hayes High Indian offense.
Ball taken down to the 33, 2nd and 3 from the 33-yard line. Left hash mark inside, 30 seconds to go, first quarter. Indians lead by 2 scores. Kreitzer in motion, left to right. It's a fake. Keeper by Delton, and Delton has his knee down to the turf and making the probably touchdown-saving tackler, Victor Meneres, his 8th tackle of the season, and that will likely be the final play of the first quarter. The ball goes to the 31, make it the 32-yard line. It was a gain of 1 on the play. First quarter is in the books. Hayes High leads by the score of 14-0. We'll be back in a minute. This is Hayes Indian football.
Kerner Chiropractic, providing personalized chiropractic care so you can live your life. Westview Church of Hayes, helping you enjoy life. Carpet One of Hayes Vitstum Decorating Center, providing you with quality service selection and value since 1945. Thomas More Prep Marion, worlds of opportunity, investing for eternity. Discovery Drilling, serving central and western Kansas for over 19 years. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, building dreams for over 30 years. Service Master Clean of Hayes, from the major accidents to the minor incidents. Service Master Clean of Hayes. Home Oil and Supply, serving the Hayes area since 1963. Lifetime Dental Care, providing your family health, function, and beauty. Insurance Planning, insurance for the way you work and live. Swift Services, Ted and Shelley Fuchs are proud to support area youth. Hayes Chevrolet, they have a huge selection of brand new Chevy cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, and a great selection of pre-owned vehicles. M&D Incorporated, building the backbone of our community.
The Hayes High Indians lead 14-0 after 1 quarter. Fresh 12 minutes put onto the clock. We'll switch into the field. Hayes High now moving left to right into what is turning into a gentle breeze on a beautiful, just gorgeous Friday night. Indians with their first home game of the season. 3rd and 2 from the 32-yard line.
And my offensive player of the game last week, Dalton Stout, coming into the game and is a fullback.
Stack eye formation. Stout's the fullback. Rule the motion back. And jumping off sides are the Liberal Redskins.
Yeah.
Well, we'll double check unless somebody on that left side drew him off. And
it was Meneres coming up from the linebacker. He's playing along the line of scrimmage. Just got a little antsy with the different formation of the Hayes High Indians.
After 23 penalties between two teams a week ago, that's the first penalty of the ball game between Hayes and Liberal. Kalon scoreboard update. Great Bend leads Garden City at the end of 1, 7-0.
Okay. Great Bend leads Garden City?
Great Bend leads Garden City 7-0. And now an official's timeout. Alan Frere is coming out of the ball game. An apparent injury timeout. He had blood on his right arm. That game in Great Bend, and for whatever reason, Great Bend gives Garden City trouble every year. First down and 10 for the Hayes High Indians. This ball from the 27-yard line after the free gift of 5 yards and a first down. Delton to throw. Looking down the middle, has tons of time. Rolls out to his right now. Looking over the middle. Complete to Dryden. Sidesteps a defender at the 15-yard line and goes down at the 14, hanging on tight to that football. First down for the Hayes High Indians on a gain of 13 yards from Delton to Dryden.
Yeah, nice poise by Alex Delton there, and a great job of Keith Dryden finding a way to get open in that secondary. Now, it looks like Monera's still out of the game here, and they brought in number 35 for Liberal to play for him. It's Miguel Alonso as a linebacker position, a 5'7" senior. Be interested to see if they run right at him to see how good this new linebacker is.
Stack I formation, tied into the right side. Motion back is going to be Rule. Toss right side, Blackman. Thunders to the 10, keeps his legs going, and Isaiah Blackman has a run inside the 10 down to near the 7-yard line. Isaiah Blackman, as good as any running back that you'll watch, keeps his legs turning. Should have been stopped at about the 10, gets 3 extra yards just keeping his legs turning down to the 7.
I'll tell you, Ethan Dieterding from the guard position welcomed the new linebacker, Miguel Alonso, to the game, laying him out 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Alonso was not expecting that block, and Ethan Dieterding put him on the ground.
Indians threatening to score once again. Stack I formation. Rule goes in motion to the right side. Toss right side for Blackman. 5-yard line into the end zone. Touchdown, Hayes High Indians. Isaiah Blackman's first career touchdown. Scores from 7 yards out. He had 4 carries on that drive of 9, 1, 7, and 7 yards. He had 24 yards on that drive by himself. Hayes High leads 20-0 pending the Kyler Liker extra point with 10:46 remaining in the second quarter.
Set up nicely with 3 lead blockers leading him all the way into the end zone.
Kick on the way from Liker. This one high and short, but deep enough to get the extra point. And Kyler Liker seems like now, Kurt David, he is just kicking the football. Is just stepping in, kicking for an extra point. You don't have to get nasty with it. Just get it over the crossbar.
That's exactly right. And he's got big shoes to fill. Lane and Clark last year, 31 for 32 in point PATs last year. So big shoes to fill, and he's doing well right now with only the 1 miss against Olathe Northwest.
Isaiah Blackman's 7-yard touchdown run, his first of the season and first of his career. Didn't get much time on the varsity side last year. Have the Hayes High Indians up 21-0 with 10:46 remaining in this first half still.
Tell you what, 2 consecutive 3-and-out possessions for the Hayes High Indian defense. Liberal Redskins just aren't getting a chance to get anything developed yet in this game.
8 plays on that drive for the Indians, as Hayes High goes 50 yards in those 8 plays. And the Hayes High Indians will have Kyler Liker kicking off into a wind that's dropped down to about 10 miles an hour. Flags at half staff today for a former governor
John
of Kansas.
Anderson Jr. I think he was the 36th governor of the great state of Kansas.
97 years old, passed away on Monday.
Whoa.
So flags at half staff for that today, and that wind has died down considerably from this afternoon when it was blowing to 20 to 25. Thompson and Wiltshire back to return again. The kick is blown dead. Somebody go offsides for the Hayes High Indians? Somebody did.
First penalty of the game is an offsides on the kick. That's quite different than last week, where I'm sure it was a personal foul or some type of...
Or 3 of them in a row by the 2 teams last week. After 1 quarter in Smith Center, the TMP Monarchs are tied with Smith Center at 0. And after 1 quarter, McPherson is leading the Augusta Orioles 7-6 on your Kalon scoreboard update. The green grass you won in the spring starts with spraying in the fall by Hayes Kalon. Call Kirk Maska 623-0674 or Kurt Viner 623-8427. After the kickoff, the kick from the 35-yard line. Wiltshire returns from the 14. Straight middle return, makes 1 man miss, but no worries. There are 4 more there to get him at the 40-yard line. Now a late flag comes in as Maddox Winter, one of the first ones there to make the tackle. Also in on the tackle is Keyshawn Bannister, but we'll see the penalty at the 45-yard line.
Flag came in late, and it came from the back judge, who was 30 yards away from the action.
Illegal block in the back. Of course, I guess all blocks are illegal, but block in the back. And we will mark the ball from 10 yards further back. Royals fans don't have to have a comeback tonight as Detroit leads the Kansas City Royals 3-0 in the bottom of the first inning. Do have a runner at first base with one out facing Justin Verlander tonight. It's great to be talking about Kansas City Royals baseball on a serious note in mid-September with 1 week to go. I formation, Liberal has one first down in the ball game, came on their first drive. They have the ball at the 30-yard line this time. Handoff, Carroll, right side, tries to get to the outside, nothing doing. Ethan Dieterding is there. Hayden Kreitzer is there. Connor Rule piles on, and the Hayes High Indians will also have on the tackle Braden Delzite, who's having a great game on that defensive line. No gain for Jared Carroll.
Rowdy Guard, the right tackle for the Liberal Redskins, was back 10 yards down the field trying to block one of the safeties and cornerbacks for Hayes High. He would have been better off trying to get a defensive lineman out of the way.
Boy, Hayes High is just flying off the football right now. 4 down linemen, and Jared Haynes is the left defensive end this time on 2nd and 10. It's a handoff to Hieronymus up the middle, gets just across the line of scrimmage at the 30 to the 31-yard line. Hieronymus picks up a yard. He has 5 carries for 12 yards, came into this ball game toting the ball 39 times for 317 yards. He was averaging 8 yards a carry coming into tonight. Last week against Guyman, 16 carries, 206 yards. 3rd down and 9 once again for Liberal. Liberal 1 for 4 on 3rd downs tonight. Double wing formation. Hasek to throw. No quarterback draw. Straight up the middle. He's going to get the first down. Almost lose the football and get all the way out to the 45-yard line. Gain of 14 on the quarterback draw by the junior quarterback, Jared Hasek. And the Redskins convert on 3rd and 9.
Well, isn't that an interesting play by the Liberal Redskins? We didn't see that on film at all. Hasek, I'm not even sure intended to throw that ball, but he certainly threw the Hayes High Indian defense off back into pass coverage. Jared Hasek took advantage of that with open space to make it up 10 yards up the field.
Liberals 2 for 5 on 3rd downs tonight. The Indians' first 2 opponents, Olathe Northwest and Great Bend, were a combined 2 for 20 on 3rd downs. Wide receiver left, and then a double wing formation. Carroll in motion away from the play for a lead blocker for Hieronymus. Makes a man miss in the backfield and picks up maybe an extra yard across the line of scrimmage. Initially in the backfield to try to make the tackle was the Indians.
I think it's Trenton Henningsen there. Trenton Henningsen was trying to be blocked by the tight end, Dane Friedrich, and Henningsen just pushed Friedrich back into the play.
2nd and 8. Ball advanced to the 47-yard line. This is the furthest Liberal has gotten in the game. They have not been in Hayes High Indian territory. Ball from the 47-yard line. Man in motion near side's Lira. Toss left side, Carroll. Cuts back, spins off a tackle. That is Hieronymus with the carry. 23, not 32. They look similar as well. Ball to the 49, gain of 2 yards for Hieronymus. 8 minutes to go in the first half. Hayes High leads 21-0.
Again, the Hayes High Indian defensive line doing a good job there again to stuff up the middle line of scrimmage, but you got to believe the coaching staff for Liberal paid attention to the quarterback draw there of Jared Hasek, and now with 3rd and 7, Liberal Redskins are going to have to do something different than just hand it off to Rex Hieronymus.
From their own 49-yard line, Hasek under center, converted on 3rd and 9 their previous time. Indians bring the blitz. Flags on the play. It's blowing dead. False start on the Liberal Redskins.
Carlos Ramirez, the left tackle, moving just a little bit early there. It's going to cost his team 5 yards.
Indian football brought to you by Hayes Kalon, Adams Brown, Barron and Ball, Gibbs Auto Supply, Precision Valley Golf, Simpson Farm Enterprises, and Next Tech. So the ball will be backed up to the 44-yard line, and what was 3rd down and 6 has now become 3rd down and 11 for Liberal. Their 3rd penalty for 20 yards, and the clock rolls inside of 7.5 minutes remaining in this first half. Indians with a 21-0 lead. How about this? 2 wide receivers to the right side for Liberal, and a shotgun formation for Hasek. Puts Lira in motion with 2 on play clock. Under pressure as Hasek gets by 2 defenders and then gets crunched by Delzite. Braden Delzite, one of the first people on the scene to make the sack. Also there, Craig Dreiling. And the sack is back inside of the 40 to the 39-yard line. Loss of 5 on the Indians' 2nd sack of the day.
Ethan Dieterding coming in on the blitz, forced Hasek back up to the middle. And who was right there in the middle? Braden Delsite.
Craig Dreiling gets a half a sack on there as well. The punt by Hieronymus almost blocked. It goes straight up into the air, barely gets to the original line of scrimmage, and goes out of bounds inside of Liberal territory at the 49-yard line. This is a 10-yard punt.
Well, it's a good thing the ball was straight up in the air for the Liberal Redskins, because Adam Klaus and Garrett Fahnensteel were on top of it. They were going to block that ball if it had any kind of a forward momentum on it at all. That had to be straight up to get over those two guys. Nearly blocked, but really the same effect as now the Hayes High Indians are going to start. They're going to start this possession inside Liberal Redskin territory.
On the plus side of the field at the 49. Liberal tonight, 4 possessions, 6 plays in punt, 2 3-and-outs, 6 plays in punts. Adam Klaus to the left side of Delton, 3 wide receivers. And Delton a straight draw, straight up the middle, 45-yard, cuts left, 45, 35, bye-bye.
Yeah,
10, 5, touchdown, Hayes High Indians. And for the second time in this first half, Alex Delton on the first play of a drive coasts into the end zone, this one from 49 yards out. The Hayes High Indians quarterback tonight, 2 touchdown runs. He has 4 carries, Kurt David, for 57 yards, 36 yards, 1 yard, and then 49 yards.
Can we safely say that he has now surpassed Rex Hieronymus as the lead rusher in the Western Athletic Conference?
Well, he came in tonight 108 yards behind. He is in first place now. Kick by Liker for the PAT. Good. And the Hayes High Indians lead 28-0. 6:25 to go in the first half. The Indians lead by 4 scores, and for the second time, they score on the first play of a drive, and there was nothing designed about that play to fool anybody. Indians snapped it straight back to Delton. Delton tucked and ran straight up the middle.
Alex Delton in a quarter and a half has made up a 108-yard gap from first place in rushing, Rex Hieronymus for the Liberal Redskins, and Alex Delton second. He's picked up a 108-yard gap in a quarter and a half.
He is now in first place by 19 yards in the Western Athletic Conference. Assuming that Tyler Trent from Dodge City, the quarterback there, hasn't run for about 400 first half yards. 28-0 Indians lead. Indian football brought to you by Midwest Energy, You Save Pharmacy, Horizon Appliance and Electronics, Western Well Service, and Kevin Shoemaker Construction. Delton started coasting at about the 10-yard line and was able to jog it into the end zone because it was one cut to the left. But Kurt David, we had an opportunity to see some practice film this week, and Hayes High is all about getting that defensive line off of the line of scrimmage, so Hayes High has an easy opportunity to watch where and Alex Delton can and the running back see one cut and head up the field.
Exactly right. Alex Delton, though, took him 13 seconds to make that one-play touchdown, 9 seconds on the first possession of the game. So Alex Delton, with not very much time off the clock, scoring a lot of points.
He even had less yards to run, 57 on the first one, 49 on that one. So Kyler Liker to kick off for a 5th time in the first half. Tees it up at the near 40-yard line. The kick is away. Wiltshire from the 15, straight up the middle, 20, 25, cuts left. He is gone. One man to beat at the 40, and the Redskins are going to have their first touchdown of the ball game on a kickoff return of 85 yards. It is 28-6. Liberal scores for the first time on an 85-yard kickoff return by Mershik Wiltshire.
Tell you what, the Hayes High Indians kickoff coverage team all season long, all the way from Olathe Northwest through Great Bend through the first 4 kickoffs tonight. Great job at staying at home, and that time Wilshire just found a gap, just a little bit offset off the center there, and took advantage of it. So talked about it last week. We talked about in the Great Bend game. Hayes High getting an early lead, losing a little bit of focus there, and certainly the kickoff coverage team did it there. But now the Hayes High Indians offense gets back on the field, and we'll see if they've kept their focus and composure despite the lead.
And the extra point is up from Trey Clay, and good. 28-7. So Liberal from Mershik Wiltshire is able to get onto the scoreboard. The 85-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. And really, Kurt, that is the first breakdown of any sort that we've seen from Hayes High in this ballgame.
Yeah, really is. Hayes High's just dominated this entire game. And talk about the first breakdown and focus of this game. But again, the first time the kickoff coverage team has had a breakdown and focus and not stayed in their positions. this season.
I don't know how many people have given Dodge City much of a chance tonight against Wichita Heights, but after one quarter, that is a 7-7 tie between Dodge City and Wichita Heights, who is number 2 and 5A. Both teams 2-0 in Dodge City tonight. Great Bend beating Garden City after one quarter 7-0. McPherson up over Augusta after one quarter 7-6. And your scoreboard updates brought to you by Hayes Kalon. The green grass you want in the spring starts with spraying in the fall with Hayes Kalon. To kick off for the Liberal Redskins, Alan Frere, the middle linebacker, one of the leading tacklers in the Western Athletic Conference.
Practicing onside kicks in pregame.
Not an onside here. High short kick that is going to head out of bounds.
Whoa.
I mean, that never had a chance to stay in bounds. It lands about 4 yards out of bounds and careens from there all the way onto the track.
It was out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
I don't think that they were giving the opportunity for Klaus or Kreitzer to return. And quite frankly, the Indians do need some work on kickoff returns because they giving up this season 16 points. The other team's not kicking off to you very much.
Tell you what, last year we talked about this in pregame because we watched for about 5 to 10 minutes of the pregame. The Liberal Redskins were practicing with a coach onside kicks, and talked about last year, and we talked about Liberal Redskins onside kicking most of the game last year.
Let's see what the Hayes High Indians have cooked up. They've had 4 possessions. 2 of them have scored on their first play on the drive. Connor Rule, Shane Behrens to the left side of quarterback Alex Delton. 1 wide receiver left, 2 to the right, Kreitzer and Dryden to the near side. 1st and 10 from the 35. Handoff, Connor Rule straight up the middle, and he gets to the 40-yard line. Gain of 5. Nearly got tackled by his own guy once again.
That's exactly right. It looks like one of the blockers there got hung up by one of the linebackers there, got stuffed up, and Connor Rule ran right into the back of him after a 5-yard gain, though.
Connor Rule's had 3 carries tonight, and 2 of them he's been tackled by his own guy. 4 down linemen for the Liberal Redskins. 2 blocking backs in front of Klaus. He'll follow those blockers to the left side and lose yards. The first negative, make that second negative play of the ball game for the Hayes High Indians. It may have been a misread or miscommunication on the play because Hayes High was pushed way deep into the backfield. Back to the 37-yard line, loss of 3 for Klaus.
This is an important play for the Hayes High Indians early in the game. 3rd and 8. Liberal Redskins got a little bit of hope, a little bit of a momentum in them after the kickoff return. The Hayes High Indians need to pick up a 1st down.
From the 37-yard line, Delton takes a low snap. Back to pass on 3rd down. Under some pressure, gets to the near side, evades one tackler. Down the field, in and out of the hands of Hayden Kreitzer. And Hayden knows that he should have had that one. He had room to run on the catch. And the Hayes High Indians go 3 and out as they fail to convert on 3rd and 8.
Yep, first time they've had a 3-and-out possession this game, and again, a little bit of reminiscent of last week. This time not a loss of focus, though, on the Hayes High Indian offensive part. Just couldn't get anything to develop there.
Delton now 3 for 7 passing for 27 yards. Tathan Burkhart on to punt. Burkhart has kicked 6 times this year. He's averaging 40 per punt with a long of 50 on the season. He'll stand back at the 25, get the punt away. A wobbly punt that evades the Liberal return men. It takes a lateral bounce, still alive at about the 32-yard line. So the crowd gets taken out of it a little bit. That's a 31-yard punt by Burkhart.
All right, crowd, get back into this. You're still up 28-7, just one letdown by the kickoff coverage team. Still good to be home. And these young men, after a couple stressful road trips, need the enthusiasm of the crowd. So as the defense comes back on the field, and Jared Hassick and Rex Hieronymus in the backfield for Liberal, time to get behind the Hayes High Indians.
Ball from the 32. Liberal can't get the play off. Whistles, and the play clock is getting reset. Hunter Brown, Hayden Kreitzer, the defensive backs on the safeties. That is Fonensteel and Klaus, the cornerbacks on the 2 wide receivers this time. Handoff up the middle to Rex Hieronymus to the 34-yard line. We'll give him benefit of the doubt. 8 carries, 18 yards for Rex Hieronymus.
Peyton Harris now in there, giving one of the starters a little bit of a break, getting in there on some defensive line action, and did a good job there of stuffing up the line of scrimmage for only a 1-yard gain for the Liberal Redskins.
Linebacking core still the starters, Blackman, Dieterding, and Rule. Rule comes into this game. Right now is tied for 9th in tackles. Ethan Dieterding is 8th in tackles in the Western Athletic Conference. 2nd and 8 from the 34-yard line. It's a keeper by Hasek, has a couple of blockers in front of him, comes to the near side, makes a man miss, and gets flung down across the first down marker. Eventually tackled by the Hayes High Indians, Hayden Kreitzer, at the 43-yard line. Picks up 9 and enough for a first down, since the Indians just a little lacking right now on their, not necessarily their focus, but just that edge. Leading 28-7 and had a kick, or 28-0 and had a kickoff return taken back for a touchdown. Offset I formation. Hassett keeps to the right side on 1st and 10, gets strung out to that right side, makes a man miss into Hayes High territory. Nope, stepped out of bounds at his own 48-yard line.
Yeah, Shane Barron had the angle on him, but dove just a little bit early to make that tackle, and Hassett was able to elude Shane Barron's tackle there and make it up for a first down. So 2 consecutive first downs on 2 plays now. Oops. What are we doing here?
Yeah, it was stepped out at the 48-yard line is where the official marked the ball on that far side.
Shane Barron forces him out of bounds then, so that was nice.
Safeties about 12 yards off the football, and Liberal finding success with this 2 wide receiver formation. Straight I on 2nd down and 5. Handoff. Carroll, stutter step, gets into Hayes High territory to the 45-yard line of the Hayes High Indians. That is a gain of 7 on the play. Another first down for Liberal. Carroll has 4 carries, 16 yards, and all of a sudden Liberal is the aggressor on the football field. They have first down and 10 in Hayes territory for the first time in this game. They're in Hayes territory at the 44-yard line. Offset I formation. Hieronymus is the fullback to the left. Carroll is the tailback. Jump and 5-yard penalty for the Liberal Redskins, their 5th penalty of the night.
Dane Friedrich, that tight end, looked like he moved a little bit early, got a little bit anxious on that play. It's going to cost Liberal Redskins 5 yards.
So nearly back to midfield. In fact, they'll spot it right on the midfield stripe. So about a 5.5-yard penalty. The line of scrimmage was in between the. We'll mark it from the 50 on ours as well. 1st and 15 for Liberal. Wide receiver off to the right side is Lira. No, left side now, Lira. I formation on 1st and 15 from midfield. Liberal got a kickoff return for a touchdown. Now some confidence on offense. Hands off to Carroll. Turns his back to the defense. Gets to the line of scrimmage and gains 1 to the 49-yard line.
That time the Hayes High Indians regained the advantage on the line of scrimmage. They were getting pushed around by those 2 big guys, Rowdy Guard, 321 pounds, and Sergio Borjas, 325 pounds. Last few plays, the Hayes High Indian defensive line got pushed around. Not on that play. They controlled the line of scrimmage that time.
Timeout on the field. Timeouts with 2:59 remaining in the first half. Hayes High leading 28-7, but that edge gone a little bit after getting out 28-0. Indian football brought to you by Bonaparte Treats, Roof Masters, RM Custom Metals, Canterbury Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery, Shelter Insurance Agent Dustin Shoemaker, Steel Fabrications, Classic Quality Body Shop, HayesPost.com, Eagle Communications, our community connected.
Tell you what, last week we got to about this point in the second quarter and we were talking, hey, the Hayes High Indians just need to get into the locker room and regroup a little bit, and really the same situation again this week. They've got a command and lead against Liberal. Liberal's got some momentum going on right now, but really not a threat to get back in the game here, you wouldn't think, in this last 2 minutes and 59 seconds, but you really feel like the Hayes High Indians need to find the locker room, get Coach Black, get him a chance to regroup, and then come back out in the third quarter strong like they did last week at Memorial Stadium in Great Bend.
It would feel like a much different ball game at 28-14 instead of 28-7. 2:59 remaining, second quarter.
Craig Dreiling and Braden Delzite back in the game now on the defensive line.
2nd and 14, and Jared Hasek is in the shotgun formation with 2 wide receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Handoff, Hieronymus up the middle. Indians missed 3 or 4 tackles, but then he's taken down at the 41-yard line, and it's Hunter Brown up to help make the tackle from his safety position.
Well, that's, you're asking the defensive line to stuff up the line of scrimmage and create some clutter there so the linebackers can come in, but what there was just so much clutter there that I think a little bit of confusion on the Hayes High Indians. They couldn't find Rex Hieronymus. And Hieronymus, 6 feet tall, 225 pounds. You think you ought to be able to find him, but I don't think the linebackers could find him on that.
3rd and 6, again, shotgun formation for Jared Hasek with 2 wide receivers to the left. Handoff, Hieronymus up again. He'll get tripped up. He'll be taken down inside of the 40-yard line at right in between the 37 and 38. Short of the first down, Hayes High is going to take a timeout as the ball advances to the 38-yard line. Hayes High trying to get this football back with some time on the clock. You would imagine Liberal here, Kurt, fourth down, about 4 yards to go at the 37-yard line, likely to go for it.
Well, they're going to go for it, and I'll tell you what, the Hayes High Indians got an advantageous spot there. Rex Hieronymus really downed the ball, looked to be almost close to the down marker, maybe 1 yard short, but the referees are going to move that back to where it's now going to be a 4th and 4 situation for the Liberal Redskins.
Hayes High leads 28-7. Your Kalon scoreboard update at halftime has Abilene leading Concordia 7-0, and that's an intriguing game tonight because neither team had allowed a point this season between Abilene and Concordia. It is 7-0 Abilene over Concordia, so Abilene at this point, who is in the Hayes High district, that'll be the middle game, Buhler, Abilene, the one home game for districts for Hayes High, and then finish with McPherson. Abilene's gone 2.5 games without allowing a single point. Fourth down and about 4 yards, and a handoff to Hieronymus. Hieronymus wrapped in the backfield and dropped. Well, that play went backwards from the beginning. A loss of 3. I believe it was Adam Klaus and Isaiah Blackman, the first ones there to make the tackle.
Well, it's a good thing they tackled him because I was about to scream. Frank Sandoval just stood up right before the snap there, and no official caught it. Clearly an illegal motion or procedure call and or false start penalty not called there, but didn't really matter. Hayes High Indians now after, 8 plays, giving up 2 first downs, get the ball back on the 41-yard line of Liberal Redskins.
Turnover on downs, and the Indians going to go with their 2-minute offense with 2:12 remaining in the first half. Up 28-7. Delton back to pass on 1st and 10 from the 41. Over the middle, caught by Kreitzer. He gets tackled up around his shoulder pads to the 45-yard line of the Liberal Redskins. It is a gain of 14 yards on the catch by Kreitzer, his second catch of the night.
Well, I'll tell you what, it is fun to watch when the offensive line gives Alex time, gives him the protection. He's got time to set up and find a receiver. It's a pretty thing to see.
1st and 10 from the Liberal 45. Delton to throw, now under a ton of pressure. Gets away, nope, at the last second, taken down inside of his own 45. Taken down by the Liberal Redskins. Defensive end Aldo Villa, his first sack of the season, takes the ball all the way back to the Hayes High 43-yard line. It is a sack of 12 yards. So second down at about 22. Delton with all day to throw this time. Looking over the middle. Dryden can't make the one-handed catch over the middle. The ball a little behind him, and it's now 3rd down and 22 yards.
Yeah, Alex had plenty of time that time to throw the ball. Just got a little bit excited and threw the ball off. Keith Dryden there, but what a difference. 3 consecutive passing attempts. 2 of them awesome protection for Alex Delton, but one just no protection whatsoever, resulting in the 12-yard loss, and now a 3rd and 22.
Kreitzer embeds to the left side. Dryden and Kreitzer to the near side on 3rd and 22. Rule in the backfield picks up the blitz. Throw over the middle of Kreitzer. One-handed catch. Nope, can't be made. Off his hands, then off the hands of Kyler Thompson. That pass again high, and the Indians going to punt it away on 4 plays. That's not what the Indians had drawn up.
Second consecutive 3-and-out possessions. Now they're throwing the ball.
Had 4 plays that time.
I'm sorry, 4 plays.
It's pretty much the same as a 3-and-out, though. Indians now 2 for 4 on 3rd downs. Converting on their first 2 and then failing to on their most recent 2. So second punt for Tathan Burkhart tonight. And he'll punt one away. High, spiral kick, nice punt. No way to return this one. It takes a bounce and is touched by a Liberal player, I think. The Hayes High Indians grab the football.
Looked to me like it bounced off Alan Frere, the linebacker in on the punt receipt team for Liberal Redskins. I don't know how that didn't bounce off him, but anyway.
That's a punt of 33 yards, and I think that's what the Hayes High coaching staff was yelling at somebody to grab that football because it looked like it had been grabbed or touched by one of the Liberal Redskins. So Liberal gets another possession with 1:10 to go in the first half. 28-7. We've kind of hit a wall here. Liberal with the ball at their own 24-yard line after a fairly successful drive into Hayes High territory. Handoff, Carroll straight up the middle, and a touchdown saving tackle by the freshman Hunter Brown at the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 12 yards, and Liberals ripping off some chunks here at the end of this first half.
Yeah, Carroll had plenty of room to go there, but Hunter Brown got an arm out and tripped up Carroll, and it was a touchdown-saving tackle.
Timeout's going to be taken by the Liberal Redskins with 59 seconds remaining in the first half, and 21-0 last week, Kurt David, at the end of first quarter. Indians up 28-0 in this ball game, and as much as you would like to be able to say you just got to close out the first half, sometimes it's just not as simple as that.
Well, that's exactly right. A 21-point lead at halftime last week, and with 59 seconds left, Indians want to get off the field here with a 21-point lead going at halftime. And the Hayes High Indians kicked off, so they're going to get the ball to open up in the second half, just like they did at Great Bend last week. And boy, you got to remember that first play from scrimmage last week, the 84-yard run by Alex Delton. That's what the Hayes High Indians need to do. They need to get in the locker room, regroup, regain that composure, drive, and focus, and come out in the third quarter strong. But still 59 seconds left with the Liberal Redskins 1st and 10 on their own 36-yard line.
It'll be a double wing formation. Carroll in motion. It's a end around, though, coming to the near side for Kyler Thompson. 40, 45, runs out of bounds off the ushering of Garrett Fonesteel in Hayes territory at the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 18 yards for Kyler Thompson, his second carry of the night for all 18 yards right there.
All of a sudden, the Liberal Redskin line has found some way to block the Hayes High defensive line and give some room for the runners. They didn't see that all first quarter long, but here on these last 2 or 3 possessions, they've done all right.
Thompson to the right side once again. He came in motion to get the handoff last time. I formation, handoff Carroll, cut back once, and Hayden Kreitzer jumps on his back. Craig Dreiling cuts out his feet. No gain on the play at the 48-yard line. In fact, a loss of about a half a yard on the play. And the clock continues to run with 36 seconds remaining in the half. Does Liberal try to go to the air? They're 0 for 1 passing tonight. Twice, Hasek has been sacked. 2nd down and 10. Hasek, play action pass, rolls out to his right side, throws down the field, caught by Hieronymus, and he goes out of bounds. Nope, stays in bounds. What presence to keep his feet underneath of him. Looked like he was going to run out of bounds, caught his feet, and got inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Everybody thought he was running out of bounds. It's a gain of 30 on the pass play.
I think the real question there is Hayden Kreitzer was making Hasek spread out and really kind of run away from Hayden Kreitzer to the far right side of the field, but nobody covers Rex Hieronymus. How do you not have a body or a person on Rex Hieronymus who up until a little bit ago was leading the league as a rusher? How can you not have a helmet on him? So clearly just a breakdown in coverage there by the Hayes High Indians on that particular play.
Into the red zone for the Liberal Redskins the first time tonight. Hayes High called some timeouts, got the football back with 2:12 remaining, but went 4 plays, had to punt the football away. Liberal took over with inside of 2 minutes remaining, and they have just cruised down the field. Twice had touchdowns taken away by last-second tackles, one of them by Hunter Brown, that one into the secondary from Adam Klaus. 1st down and 10 from the 18-yard line. Hasek to throw again, looks to the left, a pass is intercepted and then dropped. Garrett Fonensteel had it in his white gloves, couldn't hold on to it, incomplete pass. And Hasek is 1 for 3 tonight. He was 1 for 3 on the season coming in. 2nd down and 10 from the 18-yard line. Liberal pretty much has to go to the end zone with 8 seconds remaining.
Boy, that time Hasek forced to scramble. Now this time to the left, and he's a right-handed thrower, so Hasek having to square up and throw against his body and threw it right to Garrett Fonensteel. It was up a little bit high, but Fonensteel couldn't keep his hands on it.
Despite only throwing 6 times this year, Hasek has more touchdown passes than Alex Delton does this year, 1-0. 3 wide receivers to the right side this time for Liberal. They'll set the play with 3 seconds on the clock. Screen pass to Hieronymus on the right side, 20, and he'll get ushered out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage, and the clock stops with 4 seconds on the clock. Gain of 1 to Hieronymus, who has his first catches of the season.
Tell you what, one of the things we talked about in the key to the game is you had to shut down the running attack of the Liberal Redskins, and really the Hayes High Indians have done that. And now what you got to believe this Redskin Coach Klein for the Redskins is seeing is that by mixing in the pass, Liberal Redskins can have some success.
And now Trey Clay coming on to attempt a field goal and whistles, and I believe a timeout. Hayes High Indians going to call a timeout, as coming on to attempt the field goal is Dontrarius Clay. He goes by Trey Clay, to attempt a 34-yard field goal. He missed last week from 35 yards, and now Clay comes on the field, picks up the tee for the field goal. Will Liberal be running a play instead of kicking the field goal here?
I'll tell you what, in pregame, Clay only attempted from 25 yards out, and then only from the right hash. Nothing. He didn't try anything farther than 25-yard field goal in pregame. So now backed up to 34 yards. You got to question whether or not there's a lot of confidence there in him able to pick up these 3 points.
It is on that right side. So
the wind, what there is at his back.
And that's very minimal at this point, under 10 miles an hour. Liberal running a lot of different guys in and out of their huddle on the sideline. It is 3rd down and 9. Liberal tonight is just 2 for 8 on 3rd downs, and the offense comes back out onto the field. So Liberal takes the field goal unit off the field, and now we'll line up a wide receiver left, double wing formation on what will probably be the last play of the first half. Indians up by 3 scores. Liberal threatening to score on 3rd down from the 17-yard line. Under some pressure is Hasek. Rolls out to his right side, throws a jump ball up into the air that is incomplete. Closest to the play was tight end Alan Frere, but he was still about 3 yards off, and the first half comes to a close. The Hayes High Indians lead 28-7, but certainly feels like a much different ball game at 28-7 than it did after Hayes High went up 28-0 with 6.5 minutes to go in the first half. Halftime is here. The Indians lead by 3 scores on their home opener in 2014. We'll take a break. This is Hayes Indian football.
Ammunition, accessories, and parts. Veteran owned and operated. Joe Bob Outfitters, 2011 Vine in Hayes. APAC. APAC has proven itself to be unsurpassed in quality and safety for highway construction. In fact, APAC is recognized as having one of the very best safety records in our industry. APAC, giving you the smooth ride. And by Eagle Communications, proud to provide cable TV, the fastest high-speed internet, and phone services to the area. Eagle Communications, our community connected. This Eagle Community Television sports presentation is brought to you by Kerner Chiropractic, providing personalized chiropractic care so you can live your life. Find us in the Northridge Plaza in Hayes. Westview Church of Hayes, helping you enjoy life. Services for all ages Sunday mornings at 10:30 and Wednesday evenings at 7. See them online at westviewchurch.tv. Carpet One of Hayes and Vidstem Decorating Center, providing you with quality, service, selection, and value since 1945. Nobody does it better than Carpet One. Thomas More Prep Marion. Through the dedication of students, parents, teachers, and alumni members, the focus is on Christian values and community awareness. TMP, Worlds of Opportunity, investing for eternity. Discovery Drilling. With 4 late model rigs, they have served central and western Kansas for over 20 years. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, designing and building residential and commercial, building dreams for over 30 years. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, see our ad in the Next Tech directory. Service Master Clean of Hayes, from the major accidents to the minor incidents. Service Master Clean of Hayes. Corey, Pam, and the entire staff supports the efforts of Hayes High and TMP. Call today at 628-6712. Home Oil and Supply, 24-hour card fueling, bulk delivery of gas and fuel. Proud to support TMP and Hayes High, serving the Hayes area since 1963. Home Oil and Supply. Lifetime Dental Care. Lifetime Dental Care provides your family with health, function, and beauty. Check out all of their services at lifetimedentalcare.com. Lifetime Dental Care of Hayes, always accepting new patients. Insurance Planning. Insurance for the way you work and live. For business, home, and family. Value the price, remember the service. Insurance Planning, IPI Financial Services, and Ag Pro Crop Insurance. Offices in Hayes, Great Bend, and Russell. Swift Services. Ted and Shelley Fuchs are proud to support area youth. Swift Services, with locations in Hayes and Ness City. Hayes Chevrolet. They have a huge selection of brand new Chevy cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, and a great selection of pre-owned vehicles. See them online at hayschevrolet.com. M&D Incorporated. They do trenching for sewer, water, electric, and gas. They also dig basements and make building pads. M&D Excavating, building the backbone of our community. Midwestern Pipe Works, over 30 years of service to the oil and gas industry. Steel pipe manufacturing and processing, oil country tubular goods. Schmidt Automotive. Keith is proud to take care of your vehicles and proud to support the Monarchs and the Indians. Redeem Designs, screen print embroidery design, where you'll find better ideas, better designs, better people. Come experience the best at 2204 Vine and Hayes. Vernie's Hamburger House. Feed yourself or the whole team with great burgers, milkshakes, and the award-winning onion rings. Mary Ann, Bonnie, and the staff at Vernie's Hamburger House at 17th and Vine and Hayes, now accepting credit and debit cards. Nextech Wireless, providing its customers cutting-edge technology, including 4G LTE data and mobile services. Goodwin Sporting Goods, your letter jacket provider for all area schools. Hayes High, TMP, Victoria, Ellis, Trigo. You want it, they've got it. Your one-stop for sporting goods. Bacon Ryan Appraising Services, the lead provider of real estate valuations for the mortgage lending marketplace. With many years of experience, they have a proven track record. Contact Patty Bacon Ryan today. Perftech Wireline Services, total case whole wireline services covering the state of Kansas, and proud to support TMP and Hayes High. Carico Implement is pleased to offer the John Deere line of equipment. From farm tractors to lawn and garden equipment, Carico carries hard-to-find parts and offers a complete line of toys and collectibles. Whiskey Creek Woodfire Grill, 3203 Vine and Hayes, where the fire's always burning. See them online at whiskeycreek.com. Home Steel Siding and Windows, making your home or business beautiful, energy efficient, and comfortable with quality products we stand behind. See us at our new location north of Hayes or online at homesteelsiding.com. G&L Tire and Automotive, more than just tires. They do oil changes, alignments, brake service, transmission flushes, any kind of service work including tires by Firestone and Bridgestone. Advanced Insulation and Coatings. Save money, reduce sound, improve indoor air quality. Spray foam is the right choice for your home or business. Advanced Insulation and Coatings in Hayes. Joe Bob Outfitters. Joe Bob Outfitters, firearms, ammunition, accessories, and parts. Veteran owned and operated. Joe Bob Outfitters, 2011 Vine in Hayes. APAC. APAC has proven itself to be unsurpassed in quality and safety for highway construction. In fact, APAC is recognized as having one of the very best safety records in our industry. APAC, giving you the smooth ride. And by Eagle Communications, proud to provide cable TV, the fastest high-speed internet, and phone services to the area. Eagle Communications, our community connected. This Eagle Community Television Sports presentation is brought to you by Kerner Chiropractic, providing personalized chiropractic care so you can live your life. Find us in the Northridge Plaza in Hayes. Westview Church of Hayes, helping you enjoy life. Services for all ages, Sunday mornings at 10:30 and Wednesday evenings at 7. See them online at westviewchurch.tv. Carpet One of Hayes and Vidstem Decorating Center, providing you with quality, service, selection, and value since 1945. Nobody does it better than Carpet One. Thomas More Prep Marion. Through the dedication of students, parents, teachers, and alumni members, the focus is on Christian values and community awareness. TMP, Worlds of Opportunity, investing for eternity. Discovery Drilling. With 4 late model rigs, they have served central and western Kansas for over 20 years. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, designing and building residential and commercial, building dreams for over 30 years. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, see our ad in the Nextech directory. Service Master Clean of Hayes, from the major accidents to the minor incidents. Service Master Clean of Hayes. Corey, Pam, and the entire staff supports the efforts of Hayes High and TMP. Call today at 628-6712. Home Oil and Supply, 24-hour card fueling, bulk delivery of gas and fuel. Proud to support TMP and Hayes High, serving the Hayes area since 1963. Home Oil and Supply. Lifetime Dental Care, Lifetime Dental Care provides your family with health, function, and beauty. Check out all of their services at lifetimedentalcare.com. Lifetime Dental Care of Hayes, always accepting new patients. Insurance planning, insurance for the way you work and live, for business, home, and family. Value the price, remember the service. Insurance planning, IPI Financial Services, and Ag Pro Crop Insurance. Offices in Hayes, Great Bend, and Russell. Swift Services, Ted and Shelley Fuchs are proud to support area youth. Swift Services with locations in Hayes and Ness City. Hayes Chevrolet, they have a huge selection of brand new Chevy cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, and a great selection of pre-owned vehicles. See them online at hayeschevrolet.com. M&D Incorporated, they do trenching for sewer, water, electric, and gas. They also dig basements and make building pads. M&D Excavating, building the backbone of our community. Western Pipe Works, over 30 years of service to the oil and gas industry. Steel pipe manufacturing and processing, oil country tubular goods. Schmidt Automotive, Keith is proud to take care of your vehicles and proud to support the Monarchs and the Indians. Redeem Designs, screen print embroidery design, where you'll find better ideas, better designs, better people. Come experience the best at 2204 Vine in Hayes. Bernie's Hamburger House, feed yourself or the whole team with great burgers, milkshakes, and the award-winning onion rings. Mary Ann, Bonnie, and the staff at Bernie's Hamburger House at 17th and Vine in Hayes, now accepting credit and debit cards. Nextech Wireless, providing its customers cutting-edge technology, including 4G LTE data and mobile services. Goodwin Sporting Goods, your letter jacket provider for all area schools. Hayes High, TMP, Victoria, Ellis, Trigo. You want it, they've got it. Your one-stop for sporting goods. Bacon Ryan Appraising Services, the lead provider of real estate valuations for the mortgage lending marketplace. With many years of experience, they have a proven track record. Contact Patty Bacon Ryan today. Perftech Wireline Services, total case whole wireline services covering the state of Kansas, and proud to support TMP and Hayes High. Carico Implement is pleased to offer the John Deere line of equipment, from farm tractors to lawn and garden equipment. Carico carries hard-to-find parts and offers a complete line of toys and collectibles. Whiskey Creek Woodfire Grill, 3203 Vine and Hayes, where the fire's always burning. See them online at whiskeycreek.com. Home Steel Siding and Windows, making your home or business beautiful, energy efficient, and comfortable with quality products we stand behind. See us at our new location north of Hayes or online at homesteelsiding.com. G&L Tire and Automotive, more than just tires. They do oil changes, alignments, brake service, transmission flushes, any kind of service work including tires by Firestone and Bridgestone. Advanced Insulation and Coatings, save money, reduce sound, improve indoor air quality. Spray foam is the right choice for your home or business. Advanced Insulation and Coatings in Hayes. Joe Bob Outfitters. Joe Bob Outfitters, firearms, ammunition, accessories, and parts. Veteran owned and operated. Joe Bob Outfitters, 2011 Vine in Hayes. APAC. APAC has proven itself to be unsurpassed in quality and safety for highway construction. In fact, APAC is recognized as having one of the very best safety records in our industry. APAC, giving you the smooth ride. And by Eagle Communications, proud to provide cable TV, the fastest high-speed internet, and phone services to the area. Eagle Communications, our community connected. This Eagle Community Television Sports presentation is brought to you by Kerner Chiropractic, providing personalized chiropractic care so you can live your life. Find us in the Northridge Plaza in Hayes. Westview Church of Hayes, helping you enjoy life. Services for all ages, Sunday mornings at 10:30 and Wednesday evenings at 7. See them online at westviewchurch.tv. Carpet One of Hayes and Vidstem Decorating Center, providing you with quality, service, selection, and value since 1945. Nobody does it better than Carpet One. Thomas More Prep Marion, Through the dedication of students, parents, teachers, and alumni members, the focus is on Christian values and community awareness. TMP, Worlds of Opportunity, Investing for Eternity. Discovery Drilling. With 4 late model rigs, they have served central and western Kansas for over 20 years. Paul Wurtenberger Construction. Designing and building residential and commercial. Building dreams for over 30 years. Paul Wurtenberger Construction. See our ad in the Next Tech directory. Service Master Clean of Hayes. From the major accidents to the minor incidents. Service Master Clean of Hayes. Corey, Pam, and the entire staff supports the efforts of Hayes High and TMP. Call today at 628-6712. Home Oil and Supply. 24-hour card fueling. Bulk delivery of gas and fuel. Proud to support TMP and Hayes High, serving the Hayes area since 1963. Home Oil and Supply. Lifetime Dental Care. Lifetime Dental Care provides your family with health, function, and beauty. Check out all of their services at lifetimedentalcare.com. Lifetime Dental Care of Hayes, always accepting new patients. Insurance Planning. Insurance for the way you work and live. For business, home, and family. Value the price, remember the service. Insurance Planning, IPI Financial Services, and Ag Pro Crop Insurance. Offices in Hayes, Great Bend, and Russell. Swift Services. Ted and Shelley Fuchs are proud to support area youth. Swift Services with locations in Hayes and Ness City. Hayes Chevrolet. They have a huge selection of brand new Chevy cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, and a great selection of pre-owned vehicles. See them online at hayeschevrolet.com. M&D Incorporated. They do trenching for sewer, water, electric, and gas. They also dig basements and make building pads. M&D Excavating, building the backbone of our community. Midwestern Pipe Works. Over 30 years of service to the oil and gas industry. Steel pipe manufacturing and processing, oil country tubular goods. Schmidt Automotive. Keith is proud to take care of your vehicles and proud to support the Monarchs and the Indians. Redeem Designs. Screen print embroidery design, where you'll find better ideas, better designs, better people. Come experience the best at 2204 Vine and Hayes. Bernie's Hamburger House. Feed yourself or the whole team with great burgers, milkshakes, and the award-winning onion rings. Mary Ann, Bonnie, and the staff at Bernie's Hamburger House at 17th and Vine and Hayes, now accepting credit and debit cards. Next Tech Wireless, providing its customers cutting-edge technology, including 4G LTE data and mobile services. Goodwin Sporting Goods, your letter jacket provider for all area schools. Hayes High, TMP, Victoria, Ellis, Trigo. You want it, they've got it. Your one-stop for sporting goods. Bacon Ryan Appraising Services, the lead provider of real estate valuations for the mortgage lending marketplace. With many years of experience, they have a proven track record. Contact Patty Bacon Ryan today. PerfTech Wireline Services, total case whole wireline services covering the state of Kansas, and proud to support TMP and Hayes High. Carico Implement is pleased to offer the John Deere line of equipment. From farm tractors to lawn and garden equipment, Carico carries hard-to-find parts and offers a complete line of toys and collectibles. Whiskey Creek Woodfire Grill, 3203 Vine and Hayes, where the fire's always burning. See them online at whiskeycreek.com. Home Steel Siding and Windows, making your home or business beautiful, energy efficient, and comfortable with quality products we stand behind. See us at our new location north of Hayes or online at homesteelsiding.com.
Welcome back to Lewis Field Stadium. Second half ready to get underway as the Hayes High Indians lead the Liberal Redskins 28-7. Your Hayes Kalon scoreboard update. Other halftime scores have Buhler beating Winfield 22-15. McPherson at Augusta winning 17-14 at halftime. McPherson looking for their first win of the year. Abilene on the top of Concordia at halftime 7-0. Smith Center beating TMP 10-7. First road trip for the Monarchs this year in the Mid-Continent League. And at halftime, it is a tie ball game between Garden City at Great Bend. Both teams 0-2. That is a 14-all ball game at halftime. Halftime stats tonight are being brought to you by Bon Appetit. Need to board your pet while you're following the team? Be sure to check out all the FHSU, Hayes High, TMP, K-State, and KU items for your pet. Call 621-PAWS. Bon Appetit Pet Hotel, Bakery, and Boutique. 22-02 Vine and Hayes. Indians with 216 yards of offense in the first half, 178 rushing, 38 passing. For Liberal, 119 yards of offense, 88 rushing, 31 passing. Liberals 2 for 8 on third downs, 0 for 1 on fourth. Hayes High 2 for 4 on third downs. Hayes High in that first half had 1 penalty for 5 yards, 5 penalties for 40 yards for the Liberal Redskins. Most of those yards coming on a 15-yard penalty because of a kickoff out of bounds. Hayes High will get the football to start the second half. They will be moving left to right with a 28-7 lead. Kurt David, the Hayes High Indians need to refocus for this second half.
Well, focus starts right now with those guys up front. There's Brandon Hardwick up there, Dalton Stouts up there. I'll tell you what, those guys need to be ready for an onside kick. Again, we saw plenty last year from the Liberal Redskins. And again, 5 to 10 minutes of focus time just working on onside kicks and pregame by this Redskin team.
Adam Klaus, Hayden Kreitzer to return back from their own 7-yard line. Alan Frere tees the ball up in the middle of the 40-yard line. Kicks it off, and this is a squib kick down the middle. Takes a high second bounce, taken by Connor Rule at the 20. 25, left return 30, and he'll carry a Redskin out of bounds past the 30-yard line near the 32, and that's one of the good things about being one of your best blockers is also one of your fullbacks and running backs. The ball to the 32-yard line. Good starting field position for the Hayes High Indians. Hayes High had the football 6 times in the first half. First 4 drives were touchdowns, 2 of those on the first play of the drive. Alex Delton 57 and 49-yard touchdown runs in the first half for Adam Klaus and Isaiah Blackman as well. 2 wide receivers to the right, Keith Dryden and Hayden Kreitzer. Wide receivers to the left, Jordan Betts is over there. As one of those 2, Adam Klaus lines up as well. Isaiah Blackman in the backfield. Man in motion is Klaus. It's a keeper by Delton. Hit once at the 30, 35-yard line as he breaks a tackle to the 40 and then fumbles the football. And who ends up with the ball? Liberal gets the football.
Alex Delton was hitting the backfield.
Wait a minute. Now a conversation, because coming off the bottom of the pile is Keith Dryden. Keith Dryden had the football at the bottom of the pile. The officials are giving the football to Liberal.
Yep, Alex Delton was a little bit off balance coming out of the backfield, got hit in the backfield, and then managed to get downfield about 10 yards, but dropped the ball upon the second hit made by the Liberal tackler. So Liberal now gets the ball. It's going to start inside Indian territory at the 41-yard line.
So the first turnover of the ball game is on the first play of the second half. I formation for Liberal. As they pick up the fumble, they're moving right to left. Handoff goes to Carroll. Gets hit in the backfield, comes off the tackle inside of the 40, and he's still on his feet to the 39-yard line. Tough running for Jared Carroll, a 6'1", 165-pound senior. Takes the ball to the 38.5-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 3, second down and 7.
Carroll was stopped at the line of scrimmage. The Indian tacklers just couldn't wrap up and get him down, and he picked up additional yards just by breaking 1 or 2 tackles.
Ball to the 38. Wide receiver to the right is Lira. Wide receiver to the left as well in an offset I formation. That's Irby to the right or to the left side. Keeper by Hasek on a keeper left side. Hasek gets hit by Shane Behrens, but it's not until he's 6 yards down the field. Also there to make the tackle, Brandon Hardwick. The 2 defensive ends combine on the tackle, but it's going to be a very close for a first down.
He'll be about a half yard short of the first down marker. Hasek again waiting for blockers to allow the play to develop, and just followed his lead blockers down the field.
7 carries, 21 yards for Jared Hasek. Third down and 1. Liberal 3 for 8 on third downs. I formation. You imagine that Hieronymus will get the call from that fullback position. Long snap count from the Liberal quarterback. It's a handoff to Hieronymus. Initially didn't get the first down, but I think his second surge took him to the 31-yard line. The officials will look. This is close, Kurt David. The official is marking the ball just shy of the 31-yard line. You imagine they have to measure this, and they will.
We're at an angle here, Dustin, but it looked to me like with second effort again, not being able to wrap up at the line of scrimmage, Rex Hieronymus was able to surge forward and just get over the first down marker.
Indian football brought to you by Kerner Chiropractic, Westview Church, Thomas More Prep Marion, Carpet One of Hayes, Vitsum Decorating Center, and Discovery Drilling. This is a different Liberal team from what that 28-0 score was to this point in the third quarter. The chains stretch out. It's a first down by the length of a football, and Liberal drives after Delton fumbled on the first play of the second half. Minute and a half into our third quarter. It's 28-7, but kind of feels like Liberal has all of the momentum right now. Hieronymus with the 1-yard run for the first down conversion. Offset I formation, tied into the left side, is Friedrich with split wide receivers. Handoff, no play action pass. It's a keeper by Hasek all the way, and he'll stumble in the backfield and just get to the line of scrimmage for no gain. 2nd and 10 from the 31-yard line.
Hayden Kreitzer had gone out there to spread the play out to the line of scrimmage, and Hasek trying to find a gap, just made one too many lateral moves trying to figure out where a gap was, and Hayden Kreitzer tracked him down and really forced that tackle, although stumble from Hasek.
Center Clayton Benson comes to the line of scrimmage as the center. Double wing formation, handoff. Hieronymus on the counter will get through 1 tackle, 2 tackles, tough running up the middle, and he'll get to the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 7 by the 225-pound senior fullback, setting up 3rd down and about 3 in what is going to be 4-down territory for the Liberal Redskins.
Yeah, Hieronymus not going down easily. Again, he's a big player, 227 pounds, and Hayes High Indians need to wrap him up and not just try to bounce him down to the field.
3rd and 3 from the 24-yard line. That double wing formation, man in motion Carroll. Handoff goes to the end around, and hit in the backfield was the first man there, Braden Delzite, a gain of a half a yard. In fact, call it a loss of a yard back to the 25-yard line as Stephen Lira loses a yard on the play. He has 3 carries for negative 2 yards.
Braden Delzite doing exactly what the textbook tells you to do. Frank Sandoval, the quick guard for the Liberal Redskins, had pulled to make an open block for that misdirection play, and Braden Delzite just filled the gap right there that Frank Sandoval opened up and was right there to make the tackle at the handoff.
4th and 4, Liberal 0 for 1 on 4th downs. Offset I formation to the left side. Handoff Carroll, no keeper by Hasek, chased in the backfield, escapes the tackle of Hayden Kreitzer, goes right side, makes another man miss, and he'll go out of bounds where? Just inside of the 21-yard line. It's enough for a first down for the Liberal Redskins on 4th down and 4. The official's going to check. It is enough for a first down, a gain of 4.5 yards on 4th and 4. And right now, Liberal is living right.
Well, and Hasek there able to elude 2 tacklers to pick up that first down. Again, it's those skills and tackling and wrapping up that Hayes High right now is missing on this first possession for the Liberal Redskins.
Ball down to the 21-yard line. Hasek will hand off to Carroll, cuts to his right once, twice, makes 2 men miss, gets inside of the 10-yard line on an 11-yard run on first down. In fact, marking down to the 9, it's a gain of 12, and the Indians are off balance right now trying to make tackles. 44 yards for Jared Carroll. He is, so far this year, had 50 yards rushing coming in, 44 in this game. 1st and goal from the 9. Liberal 0 for 1 on red zone conversions in this ball game after getting the ball inside of the 10, but the half coming to an end right before halftime. Long snap count, man jumped on that right side of the Liberal Redskins.
Frank Sandoval again. We saw him jump in the first half, and it didn't get called by the referees. That time they caught the little jitter move there by Frank Sandoval on the false start.
5th, make that 6th penalty for the Liberal Redskins. And 1st and goal from the 14-yard line. Liberal, after picking up the Alex Delton fumble, has held on to the football for 4 minutes of this third quarter. 1st and goal from the 14-yard line. I formation, Hieronymus the fullback. Long snap count by Hasek. It's an option play. Hasek keeps, gets hit in the backfield, and drops. Isaiah Blackman, as the linebacker, he has the responsibility of the quarterback, and he played his responsibility to a T. It's a loss back to the 16-yard line on the tackle by Blackman.
I'll tell you what, I think Isaiah Blackman's seen that at play in practice. Hayes High Indians every once in a while will take all of their blockers and force momentum to the far side of the field and allow Alex Delton to come back to the near side of the field, going across where the action really seems to be moving. exactly what Jared Hassick tried to do there, and Isaiah Blackman at the right place.
First and goal from the 16. Hassick rolls to his right, looking to throw. Now he'll keep in the open at the 10, at the 5. He'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Liberal Redskins. On second and goal from the 16-yard line, Liberal has cut the lead nearly in half. It's 28-13, pending the extra points.
Tell you what, Jared Hassick, we'd seen this in a couple other games where Rex Horonis would get the ball downfield and Jared Hassick would score a touchdown in short yardage situation. Now that was a 14-yard pickup that Hassick had there for the touchdown. Hayes High Indians focusing on Rex Hieronymus, trying to shut down him, and in the meantime, just forgetting about Jared Hassick carrying the ball.
His 11th carry, 39 yards, his third touchdown in 2 weeks. And a nervous murmur starting to come up from the Hayes High crowd as Liberal cuts the lead in half to 28-14. Liberal is in business. Hayes High was up 28-0. A kickoff return for a touchdown really changed the feel of this game. And then on the first play of the second half, Hayes High lost a fumble on a quarterback keeper, and all of a sudden it's 28-14, and Liberal pretty much owns the last quarter of play.
That's right. Now, one thing about it, it does take Liberal a while to move down the field. So far, they haven't been a quick strike team tonight. That was a number of plays that consumed almost 5 minutes off the clock. 10 plays that consumed 5 minutes off the clock, and so the offense has had a chance to regroup here and rethink here and settle down a little bit. So one play and a fumble by Alex Delton. We'll see if the Hayes High Indians now can regroup here with the ball back. And a 28-14 lead with now 6 minutes and 56 seconds left in the third quarter.
Frere to kick off. The Indians bunching the middle, maybe expecting an onside kick. It's a squib kick down the middle. Takes a high bounce to the backman. It's going to be to Kreitzer. Kreitzer comes near side, has an alley. 35-yard line is where he'll be taken down. Had one man to beat, and he was going to slip up the near sideline. Hayes Kalon scoreboard update. An interesting score from Dodge City tonight. The Red Demons lead the Wichita Heights Falcons, the number 2 team in Class 5A, 14-13. And after 3 quarters, Abilene leads Concordia 7-0. That is now 15 quarters Abilene has played without giving up a point.
Hayden Kreitzer, the bravest man in the world. He had 3 blockers. He could have followed up the middle of the field. He went for the open alley to the outside.
Ball from the 34-yard line. Hayes' second play of the half after a fumble. Now a tipped pass by Alan Frere, incomplete.
Alan Frere, who thought he had his second interception on the season there from a ball that was just thrown a little bit high. Alan Frere got his hands on it, just couldn't keep a hold of it. Fortunately for the Hayes High Indians.
Delton tonight 4 for 10 for 38 yards. 2 pass completions to Hayden Kreitzer, 1 to Maddox Winter, 1 to Keith Dryden. But now 2nd and 10 from the 34. 4 wide receivers for Delton. Low snap, looking for the screen, sets it up over the middle, and it is incomplete. Intended for Connor Rule. Indians have had a double screen on, and Hayden Kreitzer came to the near side. He was open. The blockers were in front of Connor Rule. It is 3rd and 10. Indians are 2 for 4 on 3rd downs tonight, but they've misfired on their last 2 of conversion attempts of 8 and 22 yards.
I'm not sure Connor Rule was expecting that ball. He had 2 guys on him, and he was not coming back towards the ball. Alex Delton was throwing him, but I don't think Connor knew that ball was coming his way.
Klaus and Dryden, wide receivers to the right side, 2 to the left. Delton on 3rd and 10, has time over the middle. Caught by Kreitzer, first down. Gets a block at midfield. He's into Liberal territory at the 48-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 47. Big 3rd down and 10 conversion for the Hayes High Indians.
Nice pass, nice catch by Hayden Kreitzer, and then Adam Klaus right there downfield to pick up a block on a defensive safety who was covering Kreitzer, to allow Kreitzer to pick up another 5 yards after the catch.
Gain of 19 on the 5th pass completion for the Hayes High Indians, 4th to Hayden Kreitzer. Kreitzer has 3 of the 5 pass completions tonight. 2 blocking backs to the left side, Behrens and Rule on 1st and 10 from the 47. Handoff, Klaus makes 1 cut, cuts up the field, and he'll get inside of the 45-yard line down to the 42. Gain of 5 for Klaus. Call it a gain of 4, 2nd and 6 coming up for Adam Klaus. Just 3 carries for 11 yards and a touchdown.
Now the Hayes High Indian offensive line beginning to regain the line of scrimmage on the previous pass play. Great protection for Alex Delton to give him time to find Hayden Kreitzer, and that time just control and open up a hole for Adam Klaus to get through.
Ball down to the 37-yard line. 42-yard line. 2nd down and 6 for the Hayes High Indians. Blitz on. Keeper by Delton, left side, tripped at the 40, keeps his feet, 35, and dives to the 30-yard line. They'll mark him down officially at the 31-yard line. Gain of 11 on the play.
That time Alan Frere getting the touchdown saving tackle, diving for the ankles of Alex Delton, and just happened to grab one. Not unlike we saw Garrett Fonensteel do in the first half against Rex Hieronymus.
151 yards for Delton on 7 carries, including that one that he fumbled on earlier. 4 wide receivers, 2 stacked to either side of the line of scrimmage. On 1st and 10 from the 31, Delton to pass. Rule picks up the blitz. Now Delton has to scramble, goes to his right 30, 25, 20-yard line, and taken down for a 1st down inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. Another gain of 12. And Alex, every once in a while, and did on that play too, gets that football waving around a little bit away from his body. It's easier to knock it away at that point.
Yeah, he went back in pass formation, but he didn't spend a lot of time trying to find his receivers. They were covered, and he took off up the middle of the field.
Good blitz pickup by Connor Rule, who stands to the right of Delton. 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. Indians left to right. Delton, quick pass to Rule at the 20, at the 15-yard line, and lunges down to the 14 with a defender on his hip. It's a gain of 6 yards on the pass play to Connor Rule, who makes his 1st career reception.
Tell you what, Connor Rule moving that ball up to the middle of the field, trying to run over a Liberal Redskin, and did so, picking up a couple extra yards.
Well, there are guys when you're on the field who look for contact. One of those guys is Connor Rule, even on the offensive side, is looking for somebody to hit. 2nd down and 5. They'll call the ball from the 14-yard line. Delton puts Adam Klaus in motion. He'll hand it off to Klaus. Makes a man miss and fumbled the football, and Liberal gets it back. Indians get into the red zone and lose the ball. It is recovered in the backfield by the Liberal Redskins' Zach Maxwell, who was a last-minute start because Ever Ramirez was unable to make the trip. He gets the fumble recovery, and the Indians' first 2 possessions end up as fumbles.
Boy, Adam Klaus and Alex Delton not able to make the handoff there with Adam Klaus moving so fastly past Alex Delton. Just a handoff there that needs to be practiced a little bit more as the season goes along. Just not a smooth transition.
The Indians' 6th lost fumble of the year. Hassett, keeper to the right side, being driven backwards, and Hayden Kreischer spins him down inside of the 10-yard line at the 9. The play started at the 17-yard line. It's a loss of 8 on the run.
Hayden Kreischer well in the backfield there. That play just happened so quickly, and Hayden Kreischer coming in on the blitz there picked that up well, and nice open field tackle.
Well, Hayes High has just been unable to seize any momentum in the second half, and even when it feels like they are, they end up going backwards. 2nd and 18 from the 9-yard line. I formation, handoff, Carroll, counter to the right side. He gets upended, and on his back is Shane Behrens, driving him down to the ground. Shane Behrens is going to have one of the greatest all-time stat lines last week of, well, really anybody. Last week, 7 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, a fumble recovery on defense, an interception return for a touchdown, an offensive fumble recovery for a touchdown, and a catch for 12 yards. He also lost a fumble in the ball game. Did a little bit of everything, good and bad, last week.
Statement play here, Dustin. 3rd and 16 with the Hayes High Indians. Need to regain the momentum in this game. Statement play here for the Hayes High Indian defense.
11th time Liberals had a 3rd down conversion
Yeah,
attempt, and right there is going to be Braden Delzite to snuff out the play at the 9-yard line on the end around to Jared Carroll. It's a loss of 2 yards, and the Indian defense is alive now in the 3rd quarter.
That was the statement the Hayes High Indian defense needed there. Braden Delzite getting into the backfield and breaking up that end-around play that had been successful the last 2 or 3 times the Liberal Redskins had tried to use it.
So Liberal will have 3 plays and punt the football after going 10 plays and scoring a touchdown, and a good punt away from Rex Hieronymus. Kreitzer will let it bounce, take a huge Liberal bounce, and go out of bounds right on top of the 50-yard line. So Hayes High drove it down into the red zone but couldn't score. They hold Liberal to a 3-and-out, and with 2:23 remaining in the 3rd quarter, Hayes High still leads Liberal 28-14. Indian football brought to you by Paul Wertenberger Construction, Service Master Clean of Hayes, Home Oil and Supply, Lifetime Dental Care, Insurance Planning, Swift Services, and Hayes Chevrolet. See if the Indians can put something into the end zone. Last time the Indians scored was with 6:14 remaining in the 2nd quarter.
Well, it was positive. I know it ended in a fumble there down at the 17-yard line, but in 8 plays, the Hayes High Indians picked up 50 yards and controlled the line of scrimmage throughout until they fumbled the ball. So some positive steps there being made by the Hayes High Indian offense.
Ball from the 50, double tight formation. Rule left, Barron's right. Backfield is Delton to throw. Pump fake, looking down the field, trying to go for Dryden. Keith can't quite catch up with it. Dryden faked the hitch. That's when Delton pumped, and then Dryden was about a yard shy of the football.
Hayes High Indian coaching staff committed to going with the passing game to open up the running game for Alex Delton and Adam Klaus in the backfield and Connor Rule, but on a deep throw there, the home run ball there, unsuccessful. But we'll see if that spreads out the Liberal Redskin defense.
Delton 6 for 14 now, 2nd and 10 from the 50-yard line. Handoff Klaus up the middle. He'll make one cut and then get across the 45-yard line in Liberal territory to the 44. It's a gain of 6 on the play. Up to make the tackle, the Raiderback, Tommy Cole. It's 3rd down and 4. Hayes High 3 for 5 on 4th down conversions tonight.
Well, the long home run ball that was incomplete did succeed in loosening up the Liberal defense. Alan Freer and Victor Monterez playing 7 yards off the line of scrimmage there from the middle linebacker position allowed for Connor Rule to pick up so much yardage and now leave the Indians with a 3rd and 4 situation. Well, look at this. Only a minute 39 left in the 3rd quarter.
Keith Dryden, wide receiver left, tied into the right side's Barons. Stack eye formation. Toss, right side, Blackman. Blackman cuts it up the field, lowers his shoulder, and then there for the tackle is Victor Menares. I mean, Blackman stopped in his tracks. It's a gain of 1 on the play. 4th down for the Indians, and will they punt the ball away?
I don't think so. Alex Delton looks like he has no intention of coming off the field. The defense just had a statement play back on the 8-yard line where Braden Delside got through the line of scrimmage and made a tackle for loss. And now it's really time for a statement play by the Hayes High Indian offense. And here comes Dalton Stout into the fullback position.
Maddox Winter, wide receiver to the left. Stack eye formation. It'll be Dalton Stout, the fullback. Motion back is Connor Rule, and then Isaiah Blackman. 4th and 3. Delton is chased. He's going to be sacked. No, he stays to his feet. Looks up the field for Maddox Winter. It is in and out of his hands inside of the 30-yard line. That play turned from disaster to great to nothing in the course of about 3 seconds, as shooting the gap was Zach Maxwell. He was on Delton before he could even have the fake handoff. Indians turn the ball over on downs. Indians now 2 for 5 this year on 4th downs.
And I'll tell you what, really an opportunity missed there. Alex Delton did a great job of breaking away and regaining his composure and finding Maddox Winters downfield. But for the 2nd time in this game, a ball thrown into one of the Indian receivers' hands, and they're unable to complete the catch.
43 seconds left, and it's a 28-14 ball game. The Indians lead, but it really doesn't feel like it. They've been shut out since midway in the 2nd quarter. Handoff right side, Carroll on 1st and 10, hit at the line of scrimmage, and then driven down into the turf. He'll gain a yard to the 44-yard line. Carroll, 43 yards on 11 carries tonight.
And if anything's going to be successful here, there's now 28 seconds left. It's 2nd and 9 for the Liberal Redskins, and bearing just a home run ball. We're going to get through a quarter here, which has not been very impressive for the Hayes High Indians, but it's 28-14. They still got a 2-possession lead over the Liberal Redskins going into the 4th quarter.
Liberal does not have to snap the ball, and they look like they won't. They go back to their huddle with 5 seconds on the clock. Will go to the 4th quarter. Hayes High's lead has been trimmed down by 1 more touchdown through 3 quarters. 28-14, the Indians with the lead, but Liberal with the football when we return in 1 minute. This is Hayes Indian football.
Why would a team that does not score very quickly waste 25 seconds?
Hayden Kreitzer is battling cramps in a bad way.
Kerner Chiropractic, providing personalized chiropractic care so you can live your life. Westview Church of Hayes, helping you enjoy life. Carpet One of Hayes Vidstem Decorating Center, providing you with quality service selection and value since 1945. Thomas More Prep Marion, worlds of opportunity, investing for eternity. Discovery Drilling, serving central and western Kansas for over 19 years. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, building dreams for over 30 years. Service Master Clean of Hayes, from the major accidents to the minor incidents. Service Master Clean of Hayes. Home Oil and Supply, serving the Hayes area since 1963. Lifetime Dental Care, providing your family health, function, and beauty. Insurance planning, insurance for the way you work and live. Swift Services, Ted and Shelley Fuchs are proud to support area youth.
28-14, but Liberals had the momentum since midway through the second quarter on a kickoff return for a touchdown. They scored on a 16-yard run in the third quarter and have shut Hayes out. Here's Hasek from the shotgun, steps up to throw, scrambles to his left. On second down, he'll get shy of the first down marker, or did he get there? The official will mark him out a yard shy of the first down in Hayes territory at the 48-yard line. It is a gain of 8 yards on the run. Isaiah Blackman on the tackle.
I'll tell you what, a smart play there by the quarterback, Jared Hasek. He picked up the blitz. Maddox Winter was coming in from the far right side, the far side of the field, and Jared Hasek eluded Maddox Winter and then went straight to where Maddox came from, the open spot that Maddox had vacated by blitzing.
3rd and 1 from the Hayes 48-yard line. Man in motion is Carroll. Handoff, no keeper by Hasek, straight up the middle, and he is in the clear, and he is going to score a touchdown, and Liberal is within 1 touchdown with 11:44 remaining on the scoreboard, and the Hayes High Indians lead is down to 28-20 on the 48-yard touchdown run on 3rd and 1 by Jared Hasek, his second run for a touchdown in the second half.
Well, wow. One series, 3 plays into the fourth quarter, and now Liberal has a chance to move this game to 28-21, a game that through the first quarter and a half, the Hayes High Indians dominated.
Oh, it wasn't close, Kurt David.
Fashion.
It wasn't close. Trey Clay on to attempt the extra point, nearly blocked. Oh, and down on the play is going to be Hayden Kreitzer. He's really been battling some calf cramps, and he dove out, and anybody that's dealt with cramps before, when you leap and leave the ground, that's when those cramps can really tighten up. How about this score from Smith Center? It is TMP 14, Smith Center 10 after 3 quarters.
TMP up on the boys at Smith Center.
Indian football brought to you by M&D Incorporated, Midwestern Pipework, Schmidt Automotive, Redeem Designs, Verney's Hamburger House, Next Tech Wireless, and Goodwin Sporting Goods. Second half, Kurt David, has been disastrous for the Hayes High Indians. 3 possessions, 1 play and fumble, 8 plays and fumble, 4 plays a turnover on downs. For Liberal, 10 plays a touchdown, 3 plays a punt, 3 plays a touchdown.
Dustin, have you ever called a game where it seemed like where a team, the Hayes High Indians are in the lead, but it really feels like now they're coming from behind? It almost feels like, well, they've got to come from behind to regain the momentum to get back to win this game. They're up by 7 points, but it's like they've got to regain to get the lead.
Only one other time on this field with these two teams. Liberal led Hayes 28-0 after 1 quarter. Hayes outplayed them by scoring more points than Liberal. Rest of the way, a squib kick. Indians need a jump on top of this one, picked up by Connor Rule. 30-yard line, 35, left side to the 36-yard line. Hayes High has had 3 possessions in the second half. A fumble, and turnover on downs. And if you take it further back than that, Hayes High's first 4 possessions of the game were touchdowns. Since then, the Indians have punted twice, lost it twice on fumbles, and lost it on a turnover on downs. Indians' most successful play tonight has been the quarterback draw.
Yeah, you got to wonder if Hayes High Indians are going to get back to the basics here and mix up the running plays with Alex Delton and Adam Klaus and Connor Rule instead of going for the long home run balls that they've tried here in the late second quarter, early third quarter.
Klaus to the right of Delton. Delton keeper straight up the middle, 35-yard line, 40. Stiff arm keeps him alive as he dives just across the 40-yard line. They'll mark him down right on the 40. A gain of 4, 9 carries, 167 yards for Alex Delton tonight. Majority of those coming on a 57-yard run, a 36-yard run, and a 49-yard run in the first half. Barons into the ball game for Hayden Kreitzer. Kreitzer fighting those cramps. 2 wide receivers to the right, Klaus and Dryden. Near side is going to be Jordan Betts. Rule, along with Barons, the blockers in front and to the left of Delton. Klaus in motion. It's a handoff to Klaus. Gets the edge, 40. 45-yard line. Midfield, stiff arm, and he's ridden out of bounds by Kyler Thompson at the 45-yard line. Those big guys in the backfield, Rule and Barons, made the difference. Goes out of bounds at the Liberal 43-yard line.
And that time, Trent Henningsen and Craig Dryling were able to block up Zach Maxwell, the defensive lineman, and Aldo Villa, the defensive end, they were able to stuff them up at the line of scrimmage, open up the outside for that run.
Ball to the 43, 17-yard run by Klaus's longest of the year. Blackman to the left of Delton this time. Handoff, no keeper. Delton left side 40, 35-yard line 30, 25, 20, one man to beat, 10, 5, runs through the tackle, loses the football. It is picked up by the Hayes High Indians. It is recovered by Maddox Winter, who will score the rushing touchdown for Hayes High for 2 weeks in a row, Kurt David, and I want to make it this point. The Indians are trailing the play. Those offensive guys aren't taking it for granted that it's going to be a touchdown. Shane Behrens last week, this week Maddox Winter.
Well, in that particular case, Alex Delton getting a breakaway and having the opportunity to see in the end zone and doing whatever he can. But you talked about it earlier. Alex Delton holding that ball out there and flailing around a little bit, and it's easy to slap away, and that's exactly what Liberal did. But Maddox Winter at the right place at the right time.
Extra point on the way. It is good, and the Indians reestablish some control, 35-14. Maddox Winter will get the fumble recovery for a touchdown.
35-21, now a 10:31 left in the fourth quarter. Again, coming off a fumble that ends up in a touchdown. Alex Delton getting the ball slapped away from him. Maddox Winter being at the right place at the right time like Shane Behrens last week, and then punching it into the end zone. So 2 consecutive weeks, two touchdowns on fumbles recovered by the offense.
The run will go down as 42 yards by Alex Delton, who now has 209 yards on the night. It is a 1-yard touchdown rush by Maddox Winter, who, by the way, gets a yard rushing, but not a rushing attempt in the stat column. Same for Shane Behrens last week. Look this up this week just because I was curious. You get the yards, but not a rush attempt because you physically didn't take the handoff. Nonetheless, 35-21, and the Indians lead, and for the second week in a row can thank Hustle for getting them a touchdown on offense.
Well, that's exactly right. Hustle by Maddox Winter, who hustled last week against Great Bend, but this week, again, right place at the right time, doing what he did to follow the play.
It was a 1-touchdown game, now a 2-touchdown game. Kyler Liker, end-over-end kick is taken by Kyler Thompson at the 10, 15, 20, 25, and he trips up as he gets to about the 23-yard line. I believe that was Dylan Flaler that made the tackle. And up slowly is Kyler Thompson. Ball marked at the 27-yard line for the Liberal Redskins, who have shown a little firepower here in the second half. 10:27 remaining. They busted out a big 48-yard run by their quarterback, Jared Hassick, on the last possession. And the Hayes High Indian defense needs to come up big again. They've stopped Liberal on only one of their 3 second-half possessions. Hassick in the shotgun. Way more shotgun tonight for the Redskins due to its success. Carroll in motion. It's a keeper by the quarterback, Hassick. Left side, patient running, turns his back to the defense, and then he's driven to the ground just shy of the 30-yard line.
You mentioned the kickoff coverage there. Dylan Flegler making the tackle. Nice to see him in there in some action. Got hurt early on in the season. Was that in the scrimmage?
Maroon and gold. It was in the second play of the maroon and gold, and has been struggling with that injury the rest of this year. Gain of 2, just shy of the 30-yard line, just past the 29. 2nd and 8. Carroll, wide receiver left. Hieronymus to the left of quarterback Hassick. They've kind of gone away from Hieronymus rushing the football. He'll get the call. Nope, keeper by Hassick. Left side. Behrens can't make the tackle. It's up to the Indian secondary, and Adam Klaus. Nope, excuse me, that is Hunter Brown making the tackle, but not before Hassick gets across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Gain of 7, 96 yards for Jared Hassick. He had 14 yards in 2 games coming into tonight.
Another play, though, where Hassick took advantage of all the coverage going to Rex Hieronymus. The secondary had to pick up Hassick and take him down. 3rd and 1. Last time on 3rd and 1, he busted a 48-yard touchdown handoff. Hieronymus up the middle. I don't know if he got it. Nah, he lost a yard.
Needed to get to the 37-yard line. It's 4th down on a gain of about a half yard on the play. Spun off and about loss of a half yard. They will back him up to the 6-yard line.
Hassick staying in the game with 8:53 left, down by 2 possessions. Liberals got to go for it on this play.
And so 4th down and 1. Liberal 1 for 2 on 4th downs tonight. 4th and 4, they have each converted and not converted. Indian opponents this year 3 for 6 on 4th down. Hassick under center, offset I formation on 4th and 1. Long snap count for the junior quarterback. Timeout from the Liberal sideline. Try to get Hayes to jump. They did not, and Liberal will use their first timeout of the second half with 8:32 remaining. And what, you don't want to say it with 8.5 remaining, but could potentially be one of the biggest plays of the ball game.
Well, it is big play of the ball game here. Even, and it is only 2 yards here at 8:32 left. Hayes High Indians need the big stop here, but what they really need to be careful to do, and obviously you want to stop and get a turnover and downs, but what they got to be careful to do is to make the tackle near the line of scrimmage so that they don't break through that first string, that first line there, and then a running back for like Rex Hieronymus or Hassick get into open field and make up a larger pickup. So oftentimes you see that a defensive team loading up the box, putting 9 men up near the line of scrimmage, and if that running back can get past that first line of defense, it's open field to the end zone. And certainly you want to stop them here on 4th down, but just don't give up the big play.
So big 4th down and 1. Straight I formation. Watch for Hieronymus on 4th and 1 to get the football. Hassick straight up the middle. Did he get there?
He's short.
Boy, this is all on the official spots.
Hassick tried to pick up that with a lunge there on the quarterback sneak, and I think he's a half-yard short.
Delzites, Peyton Harris, and Shane Behrens get off the bottom of the pile. The official will mark the football and have to measure this. I think they're going to get the first down by about, on the football, there's the white stripe, about that much of the football for a first down. They needed just under a yard for the first down. The officials will stretch the change.
Stretch farther.
And it's a first down by exactly as much as I called it. By the way, in the ball game right now for the Hayes High Indians defensively, Dylan Flaler is in the ball game for Hayes High.
Okay, well, the best thing that could have happened on that play was to get a turnover and downs on 4th down. The next best thing was just a short yardage gain for the Liberal Redskins. The Hayes High Indian defensive line did their job, not giving up the big play.
Well, and the clock will run with 8.5 remaining. Indians up by 2 scores after the fumble recovery in the end zone by Maddox Winter. On offense, I formation. 1st and 10 from the 37. Handoff on the end around to Lira. Lira hit and driven down. Great tackle coming off of the block, and making that tackle for the Hayes High Indians is going to be Dylan Flaler. Great tackle.
Tell you what, did you notice on the play there, the Indian linebackers, Connor Rule, Ethan Dieterding, not sprinting up to the line of scrimmage. They actually let the play develop a little bit and then pursued, and taking that little bit of time and not over pursuing in the wrong direction allowed them to get in the backfield for that tackle.
Indians defensive line, Trenton Henningsen, Brandon Hardwick. Delzite is in there. So is Peyton Harris on that defensive line. Shotgun formation this time for Hassick. He's going to throw a quick pass over the middle, in and out of the hands of a receiver. It ends up in the hands of Jared Carroll, and he is going to score a touchdown. It went through the hands of the Liberal Redskins. Mitchell Irby straight through his hands, and turning around at the last minute is Jared Carroll. You could not draw it up and have that happen, and Liberal is back within 1 score on the touchdown pass of 63 yards by Jared Hassick. Unbelievable.
Indian defense was playing man-to-man coverage, and one of the Indian defenders came off there almost sprinting towards the line as if it was going to be a run, and opened up a receiver for Liberal Redskins.
The extra point is good, as Kreitzer nearly got there. Through the hands of one receiver into another, it is 35-28. Hayes still leads by 7, but clinging to a 7-point lead. Liberal has all the momentum, though the Indians still lead by 7. Is this where Liberal tries an onside kick to not give the ball back to the Indians?
Well, you got to think sooner or later they're going to do that. They just managed to move the ball 73 yards down the field in 6 plays, pick up a touchdown to get this thing within one score. There's 7:27 left. There's still quite a bit of time, but you got to believe that Liberal thinks if they can get the ball back, we can get back in the end zone again. You got to believe sooner or later they're going to try that.
Jared Hassick has accounted for 3 of the touchdowns tonight for the Liberal Redskins, 2 rushing. He's thrown for a touchdown tonight as well. The other one, a kickoff return by Mershik Wiltshire. That went through the hands of a receiver for Liberal and into the waiting arms of Jared Carroll, who turned around at the very last minute. It is a squib kick down the middle, returnable for the Indians if somebody jumps on it. One-handed by Rule. He'll go to the left, get to the 35-yard line, and go down there. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Hayes High Indians, who scored on 3 plays on their previous possession to regain a 2-touchdown lead. They did so from the 36-yard line. They start this drive at the 36-yard line.
Well, ball control and possessing it for a long period of time isn't enough here. The Indians need to walk away with some points because Liberal was able to score in 3 minutes of time there in 6 plays. So Hayes High Indians aren't going to hold the ball for all 7:22. They need to walk away with some points.
Remember, they converted on 4th and 1 by about the nose of the football. 1st and 10 from the 36. Delton, straight drop back, has time, scanning the field. Now he's going to run, goes left side, 35-yard line, 40, and then pushed out of bounds. Pushed out of bounds by Alan Frere, one of the leading tacklers in the Western Athletic Conference. 3rd in tackles coming in. Gain of 4 for Alex Delton. 213 yards tonight, but he's fumbled twice. One of those recovered by Liberal. One of them recovered by the Indians wide receiver Maddox Winter. 2nd down and 6 from the 40-yard line. Snap and a handoff. No keeper. Delton, right side, big hole. 50. 45-yard line. Gets a block up the field by Betts. He's at the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and ushered out of bounds right about the 10-yard line. Officially knocked out at the 13-yard line.
Jordan Betts picking up a perfect tackle or perfect block downfield for Alex Delton to run outside of them. And Betts being smart enough to get his head in front of the defender so not to be called for a block in the back.
I should correct myself. I think that was actually Keith Dryden, 23, not 20.
I apologize.
Well, I'm the one that called it that way. Kreitzer out, Berenson, 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. That run for...
Nice block, Keith Dryden. Great job getting your head in front of the defender there.
For Delton was 48 yards. 1st and 10 from the 12. Klaus in motion. Handoff to Adam. Left side. Got a big hole. 10. He's at the 5. Turns on the Jets. Gets through a defender. And does he get in? Punches it in for a touchdown.
Adam Klaus was not going to be denied. He ran through 3 tacklers on that way into the end zone and just edges the ball over the line.
12-yard touchdown rush for Adam Klaus. It's the same play that he picked up 17 yards on earlier. Those 2 big blockers to the left side, Behrens and Rule, and they just set a wall for him on that left side. Took a little extra effort, but he got the ball over the goal line for the touchdown. Liker on to attempt the extra points. Kick is away. It is good, and it is 42-28. And Kurt David, I think what you're seeing now with 6:57 remaining, as it took the Indians 30 seconds to score, 2 tired defenses.
65 yards in 3 plays. Is that what we saw there on that possession?
In 30 seconds.
Now we're back to where the Hayes High Indian offense was playing in the first quarter and a half of this game.
So Adam Klaus with his 2nd touchdown rush of the night. It's his 3rd of the season. And for Adam, his 4th touchdown rush of his career, that one from 12 yards out.
All right, Liberal possessed the ball for 6 plays in 3 minutes last time to get it into the end zone. There's 6:57 left in the 4th quarter. Hayes High now up 42-28. Defense has got to be tired. There's a number of guys on that defense that play both ways, but they've got to find a way to regain control on the line of scrimmage and not let off Jared Haskett and let him pick up some long runs.
Unofficially tonight, Alex Delton, 12 carries, 261 yards. 2 touchdowns. Could have been a 3rd, but 2 touchdowns. Liker to kick off again, trying to keep it away from Wiltshire. He'll bobble it at the 14-yard line, 15-20. And good coverage by the Hayes High Indians as Wiltshire came up the middle, and the Hayes High Indians get the coverage. And Liberal has a long field, but they've had some big plays tonight on 3rd downs.
Yeah, Wiltshire went up the middle on the kickoff return he had in the first half, and he went up the middle that time. And this time, all of the Hayes High Indian coverage teams stayed in their lane, stayed where they're supposed to be, and Wiltshire just managed to run right into 3 black shirts of the Hayes High Indians.
After 3 quarters, Garden City taking control in Great Bend, up 28-14. Your Hayes Kalon scoreboard update also has Abilene beating Concordia 14-7. So the Cowboys are 3-0 under new coach Steve Simpson. Hasek back to that shotgun formation. 2 wide receivers left. Carroll will not get the handoff. It is Hieronymus who gets across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play for Hieronymus, who carried the ball 11 times in the first half. That's just his 4th carry in the second half, and Liberal's going to need more than 5 yards at a time. Down by 2 scores again, 42-28.
Well, I'll tell you what, Liberal on their last possession, where they ended up in the end zone, started with the ball on their own 27-yard line. So for the second consecutive possession, they start the possession on the 27-yard line.
They had a pass go through the hands of the intended wide receiver, ended up in Jared Carroll's hands. He raced for 63 yards. Carroll will not get the handoff. Hasek keeps, cuts over the left end. He'll get across the 30 to the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 3 yards on the play. 3rd down and 1. Liberal tonight is 4 for 13 on 3rd downs, but 2 for 3 on 4th downs then. 100 yards rushing now for Jared Hasek. 3rd and 1. Can the Indian defense on 4 plays try to get off the field? You know Liberal's going for it on 4th down if they don't convert. Handoff, Hieronymus, no keeper by Hasek, hit in the backfield, and he's going to be dropped. It was Trenton Henningsen who made the original contact, and then Garrett Dreiling and Craig Dreiling and Adam Klaus make the tackle. No gain on the play, 4th and 1.
Well, with Trenton Henningsen making the initial contact and dragging Hasek backwards. So Trenton Henningsen did as much there as he could to pull the jersey backward on Hasek and bring him down for a loss.
Hardwick and Henningsen are the defensive ends right now. Dreiling is the defensive tackle, along with Deshaun Smith on 4th and 1. Can they get big and give the Indians the football back with inside 5 minutes remaining in a 2-score lead? Hasek hands off to Hieronymus, straight up the middle. He'll get the 1st down. Needed 1 on 4th and 1. He'll pick up 2 on the dive for the fullback. 16 carries, 42 yards. Liberal tonight 3 for 4 on 4th downs, but it does keep that clock moving inside of 4:50 to play. Indians lead 42-28.
Look for the pass here. This is so reminiscent of the play calling on the last drive. This is exactly what they did there, and here's where Hasek threw last time for completion.
Hasek to throw, same play, and it is caught at the 44-yard line. Caught by Chandler Moreland. His first pass completion and reception, I should say, of the year. Ball out to the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play.
Liberal, I believe, has 2 timeouts left with now 4:14 left in the game.
Hasek now 4 for 7 for 100 yards. Also has 100 yards rushing. Hasek to throw. Flag on the play. Looking deep for Carroll. It is incomplete. Goes out of bounds. Carroll covered by Hayden Kreitzer. Begin a flag on the play, and this is rare. 6 penalties on Liberal tonight. 1 on the Hayes High Indians. This would be a bad time to have an offside, because if he does, that'd probably be a 1st down for the Liberal Redskins. Instead, false starts against the Liberal Redskins. Their 7th penalty of the game, 2nd of the second half, both false starts. It'll be 2nd down once again, and this time 10 yards to go.
And 4 minutes left on the clock, so not only did Liberal Redskins lose yardage here because of that, but they lost about 7 or 8 seconds off the clock because of the play.
Ball back to the 39-yard line. Hasek passing is 4 for 7 for 100 yards, including a touchdown of 63 yards. Has Hieronymus to his right side, going to throw. Rule on the blitz, and the pass is complete to the 45-yard line again to Chandler Morin. Picks up the penalty yardage and a yard, gain of 6 this time to Moreland.
Well, a team in Liberal that coming into this game had a run 96% of the time out of necessity is finding a passing game here against the Hayes High Indians.
3rd and 4 for Liberal now with 3.5 minutes remaining. This drive taking some time off the clock, which is in the Indians' favor. Carroll, wide receiver to the left. Lira is the wing back to the right with the tight end Frederick. Third down and about 4. Quick pass over the left side, incomplete. Not turning around in time was Carroll. It's the same pass play. They've run 3 straight plays, and Liberal will go for it on 4th down and 4. On 3rd down, Liberal tonight is 4 for 15. On 4th down, though, 3 for 4, and they'll do so once again. And the Indians trying to put a stamp on this ball game with 3:20 remaining, 42-28 Indian lead, but after having a 28-0 lead, Liberal has been the aggressor. Moreland wide receiver left, Lira to the right, offset I formation. Hieronymus is the fullback. 4th down and 4. This could be the ball game. Hasek to roll out to his right. He gets hit, gets dropped, and he'll be short of the first down marker. It is Liberal's second turnover on downs. He got within a yard of the first down and no more. The Hayes High Indians will take over on downs on a 3-yard run by Jared Hasek. And for all intents and purposes, barring an Indian turnover here that would lead to a quick score, Hayes High looks like they're going to escape. And I say escape with a 42-28 lead, potentially with the victory.
Well, there's 3:13 left here. Liberal's got two timeouts left here, and the ball's at at the Liberal 47-yard line. So Hayes High Indians really need to pick up 1 or 2 first downs. But that last play, you got to credit Trenton Henningsen for forcing Hasek back up the middle. Hasek broke a tackle to pick up some extra yardage, but if Hasek had been to the outside, if Trenton Henningsen doesn't force that ball up the middle, Hasek picks up that first down.
Rule in the backfield on 1st down and 10 with Alex Delton. Puts Adam Klaus in motion. It's a handoff to, quarterback keeper by Delton. Goes left side inside of the 45-yard line down to the 43. It's a gain of 4 yards for Delton. All Alex has done tonight is rush 13 times for 265 yards. 2nd and 6, and the Indians will be very deliberate about their play calling here with 2:45 remaining in the game. Behrens comes in, tied into the right. Stack I formation from the 43. Indians taking their time to come set. Man in motion, toss right side, then for Blackman. Blackman will make his way through the middle and carry 3 defenders for a first down to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 9 for Isaiah Blackman. 6 carries, 34 yards, and he's really relishing this role as that dotting the I in that stack I formation. It goes Dalton Stout, Chandler Rule, and Isaiah Blackman's really relishing the opportunity to run up there and punish somebody on the offensive side.
And got an important first down there because now it keeps the clock rolling with 2:15 left. You're going to force Liberal to burn their 2 timeouts here on this possession. So 1 more timeout, and this game will be in the hands of the Hayes High Indians.
Again, stack I formation, Rule in motion, left to right. Again, toss right side, flag on the play. This will come back as it is Blackman to the right side. I don't know that Rule ever came set. Looked like he was still going forward. That's an illegal shift. And so a 5-yard penalty for the Hayes High Indians. But Kurt David, back to your keys of the game. 2nd penalty, total of 10 yards.
Yeah, they certainly cleaned that up this game. And again, there were no excuses this game for penalties. It wasn't the first game. It wasn't a rivalry game. But certainly saw the discipline side of this thing come back. But boy, there's been points of this game. I think, we're going to be talking about this in post-game. We're going to talk about it next week in pregame. But just some losses in focus so far this season with these Hayes High Indian. It really happens when the success comes early. They get a little overconfident and things get away from them.
Big lead in the 2nd quarter for 2 weeks in a row, and the Indians were unable to carry that momentum to the locker room. Stack I formation once again. Toss right side for Blackman. Blackman picking his hole, cutting back to the left, gets inside of the 35-yard line. He'll make up the 5 penalty yards and tack on 2 more. Isaiah Blackman will pick up 7 on the play, 7 carries, 41 yards. He does have a touchdown tonight, and with 1:31 remaining, that's going to start to send some folks home as the Hayes High Indians will move to 3-0. 2-0 in the Western Athletic Conference. Liberal will take their 2nd time out of the 2nd half.
Yeah, wouldn't go home just yet. I mean, this is I know it's a 2-touchdown lead here, but there's still a little bit of excitement left here. You really want to see the Hayes High Indians pick up a first down here and continue moving the ball. But I'm going to get back to this loss of focus thing. This is the 2nd consecutive game that we've seen where Hayes High Indians really had control of the game. and just lost focus. Grape Bend wasn't solid enough to come back and get the momentum and take control of it. Liberal, though, a better ball team than we expected coming into this thing. A better ball team than we saw in the stats. A better ball team than we saw on film. Liberal on the road here at Lewis Field, able to take advantage of the loss of focus and really took over momentum for roughly 2 quarters of this game.
Indian football brought to you by Bacon Drying Appraising Services, PerfTech Wireline Services, Carico Implement, Whiskey Creek Woodfire Grill, Home Steel Siding and Windows, G&L Tire and Automotive, Advanced Installation and Coatings, Joe Bob Outfitters, APAC, and Eagle Communications. 2nd down and 8 after the 7-yard run by Isaiah Blackman. That came after just the 2nd penalty for the Indians tonight. Again, that stack eye formation. Adam Klaus will be the setback this time. Rule in motion, left to right, toss right side for Klaus. Klaus tries to take it outside, gets to the 30. Flag on the play. This will come back. I think Connor Rule is going to get called for a hold. Nope, they're going to get him for block in the back. So the Indians have had 3 penalties, 2 of them coming on this 4th quarter drive. Now will Liberal decline the penalty? If they don't, it'll be 3rd down and about 5. And Liberal's kind of running out of time here if they accept the penalty. They will accept the penalty. Indians' 3rd penalty of the night for a total of 20 yards. And a score update real quick for you from the Hayes Kalon scoreboard update. Abilene beats Concordia 14-7. Smith Center has just taken the lead over TMP 17-14 with 8:11 remaining in Smith Center. It is the ball, that is, being marked back to the 45-yard line. 10-yard penalty. There's a loss of about 5 yards on the play as well because of where the play was, or the flag was thrown. And that's something that I think high school football on the nationwide level needs to change. Everybody else, all the way from the pros, college, it is marked from the line of scrimmage and not where it occurred. Klaus in motion. He'll take the handoff. Left side, 45. Truckers in front of him. 30. Cuts it back. Spin move, 25-yard line. He'll get held up short of the 1st down by about a yard, but he had a couple of convoy blockers in front of him. It's a gain of 20 yards for Adam Klaus, and that is going to put a cap on tonight's ball game. Indians essentially will need to take a knee to end this ball game.
You know what the best part of that play was, Dustin, is Alex Delton made the nice handoff to Klaus there coming back from the far side of the field. Alex Klaus had a full head of steam, and Alex Delton was able to make that handoff. He wasn't successful at that early on, allowed for a fumble for Adam Klaus. They didn't make that connection. They've learned from that, and now they've successfully completed that play, and it's nice to see them correct the error that they had earlier in the game.
Indians need to make one more snap. Jared Haynes is the left tackle this time. Gets it to Blackman. Blackman will get the 1st down, and that will end the ball game. The Indians going to come away with a 42-28 win. Now a late flag comes in on the play. With 9 seconds remaining, the clock will stop. Likely to be a dead ball foul. It was a gain for Blackman to the 23-yard line. He picked up 2 on the play. Dead ball foul, personal foul on the Hayes High Indians. That will not make the Indian coaching staff very happy.
Well, no, and it shouldn't. For a game, we were just talking about how they really had corrected one particular aspect of their game with penalties that we saw so heavily in week 1 and week 2, and now as the game's really under control and the Indians really just need to take a knee, now the clock's going to be stopped, and it's
personal foul on the Hayes High Indians. Of course, the official's not mic'd, so we don't know who it's on or what caused the personal foul. Nonetheless, Hayes High is going to move to 3-0 on the season. Hayes High tonight will take one more snap, go to a knee, and move to 3-0 on the year, 2-0 in the Western Athletic Conference with a 42-28 victory. Tonight, the Hayes High Indians score 6 touchdowns, and for every touchdown scored, Homes by Cornerstone donates $25 to the Hayes High Tomahawk Club, the Hayes High School Football Booster Club. So a big thanks to Homes by Cornerstone. Kurt David, the Hayes High Indians pick up the victory, got the early 28-0 lead, and maybe on some aspects it was good to have to fight hard throughout then the second half. I know that's kind of a moral victory type of thing, but saw the Indians respond to their own mistakes.
Well, I'm a little taken aback, Dustin. The Hayes High Indians have just won a ball game against a Western Athletic Conference opponent. They're going to go 2-0 in the Western Athletic Conference, 3-0 for the season. They won 42-28 by 2 scores. And I sit here with a little bit of a sore feeling in my gut. This is a team, a Hayes High Indian team, that truly was dominating this Liberal Redskin team. They had them overmatched and just couldn't seem to put it away. I just feel a little unsettled about where this team is right now, and they've got to go to Garden City next week and face a tough opponent who last year the Hayes High Indians didn't have any success with. It was pretty much a nightmare against the Garden City Buffaloes here at Lewis Field. So I've got a bad feeling in my stomach about this game, and I don't know why. Here we are, the Hayes High Indians have obviously had a lot of success, 3-0 now, but again, they end this game. They play 1.5 quarters very, very well. And then for the most part, the remainder of the game is shaky and walk away with a win. But again, just a win I don't feel that great about.
Well, I think that's probably the feeling of all the coaches, and quite frankly, probably the kids as well. I don't think that the Hayes High Indian football players are real pleased with having a 28-0 lead and letting a team back into it, getting within a touchdown on 2 occasions in the second half.
And really a team that, when you look at the stats, you look at the film, a team that shouldn't have been in this game against the Hayes High Indians. Now, folks, again, as you're driving home, Hayes High Indians walk away 42-28. They've got they're 3-0 on the season. They're going to go down to Garden City next week, 2-0 in the Western Athletic Conference. You got to feel good about that, but last week we walked away from Great Bend with some things to work on. It was connections between Alex Delton and the receivers. It was taking care of penalties and not losing focus. And there's still work for this Hayes High Indian offense to do to get the offensive scheme down. There's still focus to work on. And there's still, apparently from what we saw here in these last 2 possessions, still a little bit of the penalty bugs bitten the Hayes High Indians, and they need to get that under control as well, because the competition gets stiffer when you go to Great Bend next week.
The Hayes High Indians win by the score of 42-28. Unofficially tonight, leading rusher Alex Delton, 13 carries, 265 yards. For the Liberal Redskins, it was Jared Hassick. He had had 103 yards rushing on 20 carries and threw for 106 yards as well. He had 2 touchdowns rushing and 1 touchdown passing. For Kurt David, I'm Dustin Armbruster. Thanks for joining in. The Hayes High Indians back on the road next Friday night as they travel to Garden City for a 3rd consecutive Western Athletic Conference game. For Hayes High Indian football, I'm Dustin Armbruster.